Pennsylvania still. And let's see if Eric Wildman is up for this. He's getting ready to show up here in a few minutes, or very soon. So I figured I'd do a little meet the peep kind of thing. I'll just say meet Eric Wildman or something on here. Wildman live. Maybe, I don't know if we'll do live Q&A or whatever. Maybe get to know him, whatever. Yeah, I know him, of course, but maybe some of you guys might be interested. And I don't know if he's streaming anything recently, but he has been known to. Alright, so yeah, I know he's nearby, just not here yet that I know of. I do see I see a flatbed over there, but I'm pretty sure it's not him. I don't think he's here in the lot yet. What's up, James? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Eric Wildman will be here really soon. As long as I have his permission, I'll do like a little meet and greet thing for you guys. Those guys who regularly watch. Hey, what's up, Jesse? So again, I'm still doing my 34-hour reset at the Pilot in Bentleyville, Pennsylvania. Same place I shut down yesterday from yesterday's stream. I'm expecting, actually I got both Eric Wildman and Sylvia Pachasis coming over here right now. Sylvia lives in West Virginia, right along the West Virginia-Ohio line. She's on her way. I don't know when she's going to be here, and then which I might turn this into meet both of them. I don't know. Got to make sure they're both okay with being on the screen and doing kind of live stuff, though. But that way, anyone watching, at least maybe get to hey, face to face kind of idea of who they're dealing with. Get to know them better. Like, who's this here? It's a bobtail. Okay. Yeah, I'm expecting he'll come into the lot across the way when he does. I know he's real close by though, or he should be. Last time I checked, he was like 16 miles out. There he is, right there. That is him right there. And the Western Express pulling the empty flatbed. Now I got Hurricane there. Yeah, looked like she went around to the other side. These northern people are annoying me. I can't. Yeah, he's coming over here. I can't go inside the store without something covering my face. Which, yeah, a lot of good that does when I can give my debit card or cash, whatever, and for all I know, there could be stuff on there, and giving it to their cashier. All right, let's see how he sets up his backing. Yeah, run that dude over. Oh, look like he's gonna back into the spot 2 spots to my left. All right, yeah, no, see, he's like a lot of flatbedders. Them tarps are heavy and pain in the ass, so he's got them sitting. He got them strapped down to the front of his trailer. A little heavy on the steering there, it looks like, from what I can tell. Not giving the trailer a chance to roll in just a general area, and then more gentle steering. We can work with that, yeah, as long as he gets the job done. All right. So anyway, that should be Eric. Because I knew he was about 16 miles out 4 minutes ago when at 12:20, according to my Facebook. And expect him to be here just after 12:30, so it's got to be him. And yeah, actually I know it is because I'm looking over at me before he turned the corner. So, go say what's up. Keep it toward me until he's done. What's up? Want to do a live?
Did you get that?
Yeah, you want to do a live? Like maybe we're going to do like a...
Backing?
What's that?
A whole nother backing or what?
No, it was like a little meet and greet kind of thing. Chit chat or whatever.
Oh. Yeah, might as well. I gotta let this bitch run till she shuts down.
Alright. Yeah, I didn't want to put you on the screen until I know I have your permission for it. Yeah. Alright, got a quiet little dog down over here. This is Eric. Yeah. Get over here so it's quieter and nice grassy area. Yeah, Sylvia Pachesis is on her way over here too. She's in her personal vehicle. And,
That's funny.
yeah, 'cause she lives in West Virginia, right by the Ohio line.
Yeah. I'm glad night park next to you so I don't have to hear the reefer. Because my truck, however, will not run when it's like this. Because right now it's in that temp range where it'll shut down on me. Basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Is yours set to 70 degrees or something else?
right now with it cooling down as it is, it'll run once it drops below 30. Or, well, 35. So
So the trigger point on the high end is what, 70 or 60 something or what?
I think it's somewhere above 75 from what I've been told.
Okay, so what I'm getting at here, guys, is it's obvious I always get a lot of people on the channel who are newer to driving and aren't aware of these little odds and ends about or nuances to driving the truck. A lot of the companies, they have this idle shut-off thing that where it automatically shuts off the truck after 5 minutes if it's within a certain temp range. So there's a high end, usually around 70 degrees, maybe high 60s, where it'll automatically shut off the truck. You can't keep it running. And then there's a low end, usually like 20, or you're saying about 30 or so on yours?
Yeah, once it drops below 35, I can get it to run, but it does show up with that 5-minute kill switch.
Okay, yeah.
And there's no way to cut it. I have tried everything in the book there is. There's absolutely nothing with these new internationals.
Okay, so speaking of that, what year is your truck? Is it 2020?
I want to say it's a 2020. It looks like it's an 18 to me, because that's when they started with the new LCD in the cab.
Gee, it's a little chilly here.
What are you talking about? It feels good. Oh wait, I forget. You're from California.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta bust your balls about that a little bit. Come on now.
Alright, so speaking of that, and of course people know where I'm from now, of course, and this video is all about, hey, it's good to know you, especially because you're on the channel a lot. Yeah, so this truck just shut off.
No, it's still running. But
Okay.
regen's done.
Alright, so what do you want to tell everybody about yourself? Like, how old are you, where are you from, or where do you live, and all that kind of good stuff.
However, I will say that I do live in Texas. I'm not going to say where because I know there's a bunch of creepers out there.
Yeah, there's a certain one.
Yeah. Yeah. Born and raised in Alabama. 27. I think this year. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at my Facebook.
Hell, your flatbed is here. Might as well just
Yeah.
take this easy. It's hard on my arm.
Honestly, it's a piece of fucking shit. Because you can already tell there's a shit ton wrong with this trailer that DOT can bust me with.
This is perfect right here. It's got his trailer right here. I can just use as the pedestal for my phone.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah.
I should have backed up more to the curb.
So you grew up in Alabama.
Yeah.
For spent your whole childhood there.
Most of it. Then my mom came and got me
and then you just moved to Texas like not even a year ago, I think, right?
When? September 19th.
All right, so yeah. All right, 6 months, 9 months, whatever the hell it is.
roughly.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, within the last year.
I mean, we've lived in Michigan, Alaska. My stepdad's lived in Minnesota and South Dakota. I think Minnesota, I'm not 100% sure. But honestly, I just wish my parents would stay in the same fucking place for once.
It's all debris flying around.
Yeah, it's from these trees.
Yeah. Okay, so Alaska, that's an interesting one. Now, how did you end up in Alaska?
My dad's job. Because he was a jet engine mechanic in the Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force. I gotta give him props on that, of course. You guys know me, I'm retired Air Force, so. And so I assume you just finished emptying this morning in New
Kensington. Trust me.
Kensington.
To get into that fucking place, it was a pain in the ass. Because the way they had us do it was you have to enter right next to a Dollar General. So it's not a place for trucks, really.
Oh. And then, so, where are you heading to next? Do you
No,
have
not
to-
yet.
Okay. Still waiting on reload.
Yeah, that's why I said I'd see you about 45 to an hour.
Then you came. Where'd you end up shutting down yesterday?
You know that TA up there off I-90, just before you cross into New York at exit 35?
Oh, I think so. This is in.
Northeast PA.
Okay.
So, Erie, maybe? I think.
Oh yeah, over by Lake by Lake Erie.
Not by it, I want to say, but I don't know.
Because 90 comes up around like from the Cleveland area, and then comes up
Yeah.
into around Lake Erie, and then up into Erie, Pennsylvania, and then and over to Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, I woke up this morning, had my windows open, my fucking seat was wet. Yeah. Thanks, Mother Nature.
So like you got duals on everything. Got board, looks like 2x4s, bunch of like 10,000 pound-ish type tie-down chains, or I don't know too much about flatbedding, obviously.
Honestly, I forgot. All I know is they're a grade 70 chain. I don't know what the working load limit is on them because I forgot.
Oops. Yeah, that'll be something that he'll have to work on there, I'm sure. That's always an important thing there, to know how many chains you need or how many tie-downs.
I'm going to give you something now that you can compare your weights to what mine are now.
Alright, they've got these ratcheting winches here. Is that Amaranth?
I don't know.
It sounded like Amaranth.
So, basically, now at this point, with the trailer being over 380 pounds, you would slide your tandems. Because you have that 34,000 pound weight limit on the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
However, with me having that split axle, I got 20 on one, 20 on the other. So
Yeah.
I got a total of 40,000 on the trailer.
So what he's talking about, guys, when you have split axles, when they're more than a certain distance from each other, I can't remember how many inches.
I don't either.
But once your axles are more than a certain distance from each other, they're no longer tandems. They're now
Axles.
classified as split axles. So on a truck like mine, where I have tandem axles, my axle limit in most states, not all of them, is going to be 34,000. Now there are going to be some other states where it might be 36,000, 37, whatever. You have to look at the state's limits. They all differ. Use a motor vehicle carrier atlas over in the appendix section of the Atlas. I think around Alpha 16, the page number. In that ballpark. It'll tell you what the state limits are for every state. But now Eric here, because he's got split axles, he can run. He basically has a limit of 20,000 on each of his axles, so he can put 40,000 pounds total on his trailer before he's overweight.
But I can still not go over that 80,000 limit.
Yeah, correct.
So I mean,
but on your scale ticket,
yeah,
you're not overweight until you're more than 40,000 on the trailer.
Oh, this one was almost 48,000 pounds with the load.
On the trailer?
Yeah, I had almost 48,000 pounds on the trailer. It still came under gross.
Isn't that overweight on the trailer though? I'm not sure.
No, because I'm under that 40,000 pounds.
Yeah, but then you said it was at 48,000 on the trailer.
The load, I rounded up because it was like 47 something. So I rounded up to 48 because you also got the weight of the fuel. Because when I scaled this out, I had 3/4 of the tank.
We should put more weight on the front of the truck.
Exactly.
Yeah. Again, I don't know enough about flatbed.
Basically, it works the same way that running dry van or reefer does. It's just a different setup with having the split tandems or the split axles. Because you, however, can make a full U-turn without tipping the trailer. I, however, not.
And then he said, yeah. Oh, did you have a slidable fifth wheel?
Yeah, I do. This whole area right here, from the nose of the trailer to right where that plate ends, that's all the room I have to make. And if I go past that point, it will tip the trailer.
It'll tip?
It'll tip it when I'm loaded.
Huh. So you can't do like jackknife turns in this?
No. Not even with the axles being as split as they are, because you have a risk of cutting a tire.
Yeah, that's true. So one of the other things here with flatbeds, I don't know, Scotty's probably talked about this on his channel too. I don't know if he runs split axle or not. I've not paid that close attention, but when you're backing the flatbed trailer up, like this one, split axles, the pivot point can actually change. Sometimes it's the front axle that pivots, and sometimes it's the rear axle that pivots. And there's a lot that goes into that. How much weight is on the back of the trailer? How hard is he turning the tractor? Or how far off is the tractor off tracking from the trailer? All that can all affect which one of these axles is the pivot point. My trailer, on the other hand, there's only one pivot point. It's right in the midpoint between the two axles because they're so close to each other. So, different situation here. Alright. So what else we got here? Let's see if we got any... Linda, Mother F, Truckers says, hello, young man.
I don't feel young.
What else we got here? Our young men.
This trailer's about ready to fall apart.
You can call me young if you want to, but I'm old enough to be his dad too, so.
Yeah, that's the scary thing.
Let's see.
That's the scary thing about it.
Alright, Linda, been sitting at the receiver since 8:30 and no dock yet.
Where's she at?
Where are you at anyway, Linda? Flatbed pivots are interesting to deal with. Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
You can actually sit out here and watch a flatbedder back up, and you can actually see which tire is actually pivoting. And it can really screw with them when they're trying to back up, because sometimes they're off tracking the truck a certain way with the assumption that it's pivoting off the front axle, and then it'll switch to the rear.
Another thing is how we had a jackknife his. The way we have to do it on spots like this, we actually have to get the trailer at an angle more like a 45 and back it in and follow the trailer with it.
Yeah, that's how I like to back my truck too. But
what I'm saying is, when you were talking about the setup before, how you would turn and get the trailer kind of at an angle, we kind of almost have to make a U with the truck and the trailer. With spots like that.
A U with the truck and trailer.
It's kind of hard to explain. It'd be easier if I was able to show you.
Yeah, if we didn't have quite as busy a truck stop here, we could always do that. But right now, there's a little more. It's a little more full. I would say maybe not worry about that too much, but.
And plus, I'm glad this one was open, because then that gives me a straight shot out to the fuel island.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting at a quarter tank right now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to refill my reefer unit on my way out of here myself. I was at like half a tank, a little over half a tank yesterday when I parked here, and so no point in filling it up. I'm gonna go fill it up on my way out of here when I go to make my delivery tomorrow morning anyway.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of that, I found out my load, it's a delivery window. It's a first come, first serve, or FCFS as we call it. Window of 0700 to 1300 tomorrow. So I will probably leave here myself around 1 a.m.-ish Eastern time tomorrow. How long are you here till?
Whenever I get a load.
Okay, so you have an active 14 running right now, or?
I think so. It's running on 30. I still had 8 hours I could drive on.
Had a Facebook Messenger notification pop up. I was trying to switch the screen over. It's with these pipes. Kinds of crap on here. Alright. So
What's today?
The 21st. Doesn't have auto inflate on here, does he? Yeah, he does. Okay, that's why that white light is up there. Okay, see, now I was looking at the white light on the front of the trailer. It's for this system right here. So see how there's these valves right here? It automatically inflates the tires to keep them aired up. I have the system on my truck too. Now usually those kind of trailers are going to have an indicator up front, like he has here. That white light right there normally is going to light up if there's a problem with that system, like where if something's leaking, that light will normally light up and flash or whatever, and he can see it from the driver's seat while he's driving through his rear view mirror. Now that, I'm guessing that's his ABS light. Normally on a reefer trailer it's on the back. Is this your ABS light?
No, ABS light's back there.
What's this one?
This is my marker light.
Just a marker? Okay.
Well, clearance light as it's called.
Yeah. So yours is in the same spot where mine is, which is back here on the back corner. Oh, yeah, right here next to that red one.
And
so if you go to my trailer, it's the same spot.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, actually, since I'm only 2 spots over, similar setup. That's my ABS. The amber one there's my ABS light, and then that one's just a marker light.
Yeah, well, I got me a load. Don't pick up until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Linda is a night driver, so might as well point this out. This is a dry van trailer here. I pointed out here before how to tell the difference between a dry van and a reefer. I don't even have to see the front of it to know that this is a dry van. See how these sections of panels are much wider. Yeah, like so you got where you see where all the riveted sections are at. That's the structure of the trailer itself, and it has the thinner sides on it. And you look at mine. See how mine are closer together, and then I have all these ribs on there and whatnot. Yeah, mine's a much beefier structure inside because it's got to be insulated.
Plus, another way you can tell it's a dry van just by looking at the doors.
Yeah.
Usually, you can.
So yeah, a lot of times. Not always the case though. Like in this situation here, kind of hard to, not really. Well, I know dry vans. I do see more where they have 2 sets of latches on each door. They're more likely to have them. I think I've seen reefers with them too, though. Now, the other thing that a lot of times people mention is vent doors. There's a misconception here, though. The vent door or vent/inspection door is not exclusively used on reefer trailers. They can be on dry vans too.
Yeah.
Don't see it too often.
Because I've seen them on dry vans.
Yes.
And honestly, you can't really go by the inspection order just by looking at it.
Exactly. I usually look at the side of the trailer, and if I can tell if it has a wider sections to it than what I'm used to, and it doesn't have any rims. Whatever, that's one of the ways I can tell.
Yeah. And usually for van trailers, I don't know if utility does that, but I haven't seen any utility trailers Wabash, or however you're supposed to fucking say it, Great Danes, and Hyundai trailers.
Good question. I've never paid that close attention. Honestly, most of the time when I have my own trailers, we have different manufacturers. Like mine here is a utility.
Now, reefer, I love the utilities. Here's why. They're so much fucking lighter.
See, this one over here is also utility, but the guy over here it's sticking further back is a Wabash trailer. And there are Great Danes, like this one here is a Great Dane.
That's cool.
Yeah, see this one says Wabash. Right here on the rear left corner, usually you'll always see the manufacturer name on there. There are, like Eric was saying, Hyundai trailers as well. Yeah, see this night trailer is a Great Dane. Now, who makes yours though? Chilly here. A Transcraft Eagle 2.
Yep. Let's get this fucker out. There it is.
Oh, yeah, that's where your registration is cut.
I forgot to do that. Pick the trailer up.
Okay, while we're at it, when you do get into trucking, make sure you regularly, as part of your pre-trip for each trailer, look at the registration on it. You should have registration in a DOT inspection form in the registration box.
This one's an 06.
2006.
Where the hell?
Yeah, that dude's hauling ass for a. If I get it to turn around.
For this thing.
Doesn't look like this one has oh wait, that's your inspection form right there, I think, right?
No, well, yeah. I mean, it's up to code, but goddamn, this thing weighs shit.
Okay, so yeah, every truck and trailer you want to have the registration as well as a valid DOT inspection card with it. Now, show that it's been done within the last, basically a mechanic has done a DOT level type of inspection within the last year.
Of course, this one won't be due till next year.
Now, speaking of that, because one time I was at our yard, I have an inspection sticker on mine. Do you have the same on yours?
Over there.
Okay. And you have one here on your tractor as well?
On the passenger side.
Alright, take a show you. Don't know why the dealer did this to me, but they did. See, like here's his right here. So he did his, and he had his done in January of 2020. And the trailer was also inspected in January of 2020. But you go to mine, you'll see that mine is expired, and it's not really expired. I have a valid inspection done on it. See, mine's right here. March of 2019, which means it's expired. It's only good for a year. But I just had an inspection done in February, I think it was, January, February. What's that?
Is yours a Cummins or a Packard?
Packard. What's okay, you have a Cummins in yours.
Yeah. She's a wee bit dirty.
That's convenient. That's an easy way to disconnect batteries.
Yeah, the shit part about it. Battery's on right there.
Yeah,
Right where that latch was?
same place as mine. Just different setup there.
Yep.
You got 4 of them.
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah, got 4 batteries. Damn.
Okay, that's grease. That is electrical grease. Don't do that again.
You gonna eat that?
Hell no.
Come on. I bet it tastes good. Yeah, I don't see dates on there.
Neither.
Looks like they're fairly newer though.
I mean, like I said, they say it's a 2020, but I think it's an 18 usually. Only because it's got an 18 to stick on.
Yeah, June 5, 1919 right there. Also the door jamb might tell. Let me get this away from there because with Temptation music's usually okay, but that particular Temptation song I think is one of the ones that'll block my video, so I'm gonna get away from there before it blocks it. Yeah, most of the Temptation songs I can play even on my stream can be fine, but I think that one particularly is one of the few that block my video after the process.
To answer your question, it was manufactured in 19.
Yeah.
So March of last year.
So it's a pretty new truck.
Still don't think it's a... They classify it as a 2020 because I know that all the truck manufacturers are a year off or a year ahead.
Some usually, yeah. So yeah, like the 2020 truck might be manufactured in 2019. Actually, that's a good question though. 'Cause like mine's a 2016. You can always take a look.
Yeah.
this is kind of how the layout of a Cummins engine is. And engines are tractor engines are usually color coded too. So you see his is red. So usually if it's a red engine, it's a Cummins.
Yeah, and surprisingly, it doesn't have the actual metal tubing like I thought it would. Because on the pack cars, that's what they use, right? And on the new trucks, actually.
Yeah, I can show you how different mine is. And mine sticks out further too, I think.
True.
Just, or at least it seems like it does. Yeah, I have a smaller gap up here.
Yeah.
Let's look at the other side here. Damn, windshield washer fluid down here. Oh, you got drums up here. Wow.
Yeah. That's what I was just looking at.
Wow.
Apparently there's drums all around.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen
Drums on steer tires
steers before.
Yeah, that's a first. But it is Western Express and it is an international.
Of course, those of you guys have been driving longer, obviously, would be more familiar with seeing that. But I've only been driving for 4 years, and you've been for, I think, 3 plus.
17. So going on 3 years now.
Yeah. So with us, we haven't seen. We've seen disc brakes on all of our all the trucks with steer tires.
I miss the disc brakes. I really do.
Yeah. Plus, drum brakes. Now, see, he's got a slack adjuster right here. And see, this is the one. This is where I make the adjustment to it if it needs to be adjusted. But normally you should be able to just smash the brakes several times, or even just hit the brakes while backing up. And that's supposed to auto adjust it. One of the ways you can do that is also check to make sure it's working right. Is to put it out of adjustment on purpose by turning it the wrong way a little bit, and then leave the wrench on there, and then have someone apply the brakes a bunch of times and see if it actually makes a small, if the wrench turns on its own. Alright, there's it's pretty wide open here. This looks like a pretty easy one to inspect actually compared to the
Trying to change those damn wiper blades is a pain in the ass.
How so?
What do you know is different about operating yours?
Oh, I don't. Well, you got the little scoops there, and then I have that little. Oh, yeah, that little channel.
Yep. That's where it becomes a pain in the ass.
Okay, so yeah, right here he's talking about. If you go up on my truck, there's like a trap right here for ice and water and whatever coming off the windshield.
I wish there was.
Truck angle. There's a good thing here.
Huh?
Oh, checking out his truck.
So, did you catch my backing on the feed?
What's that?
Did you catch my backing on the feed, or did you just start?
Nah, yeah, I caught it. Okay, so going back to what he was talking about. I got a channel there that catches the stuff. What's that?
That doesn't make sense at all.
What's that?
The way your latch is.
Oh, it's not supposed to be like that, but the bracket there is bent from when I hit that pothole in that truck parking area in Tennessee a few months ago.
Oh.
So I can't get it to latch, so I just leave it unlatched, and then I only latch.
I mean, that little stinking.
Why is this other way out? Alright.
Both your brackets are loose.
It's a floater. Actually, go ahead and wiggle it more. I'll show you. Because over here is a pin that comes undone a lot. You can see it moving around down there.
Yeah, those bolts are loose.
It's just pins that hold it in.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just showing them the pins right now. Set all the way out. Right. Yeah, here, I'll show you right here. When you look underneath, see that big pin over there with the chain?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what holds the bracket in. That's the bracket. That goes to the bracket that hooks up to the gear guard itself.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's designed to float.
I see you finally got your diamonds.
Oh, yeah, well, I had the first one, but yeah, the second one, yeah, I got it pretty quickly after. Actually, I think I got it like the day before or the same day as I had my 2-year anniversary.
Right.
So everybody's talking about JCT drivers. We have for every year you've been with the company, you can put 1 diamond on your truck on each side. So I got a pair here and another pair right there.
Yeah, so apparently they gave me a load, but it picks up in West Virginia tomorrow morning.
West Virginia tomorrow morning. Where at West Virginia?
Tomorrow morning.
Where at?
Shit. I forgot.
That actually makes a pretty good setup there. Just my emblem thing right here. He's looking it up right now. What's up, Matt? Since when did Western trucks come with Bambi guards? Ah, good question. He hasn't been with them that long, so I'm not sure. Not sure he'd be able to give an answer to that either. Ah, what? Ah, oops. Come on. Close up already. Alright. No. I don't want to do anything to Mother F. Accidentally popped up the screen to do something to Mother F. Also known as Linda. Yeah, there's a pretty good number of trucks here right now. It's been like that pretty much the entire time I've been here. Usually in the middle of the day, it's a lot of truck stops. It's pretty bare. There's a lot going on here, though.
Heaters, West Virginia. You know where that's at?
Where is it?
Heaters.
Smell it?
Heaters.
So like a heater?
Yeah. That's new.
Where did I come up with these names of these towns? Heaters. Like a space heater. Heaters.
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to leave early tonight.
How many deadhead miles we got to cover?
Almost 500. Yeah.
I would think it'd be going down the other way then toward like the Carolinas then if it's that far away.
That's what I'm starting to wonder because they want me to get fuel like the Flying J at exit 49.
Oh, so 17 miles east of here?
Yeah.
Going toward the turnpike?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I imagine you'd probably go to that down 76 to maybe 81 or something. Well, if you go down to 81, I would think there should be another interstate there. Linda, you're more familiar with this area than I am. I used to come out here a lot, but more so just coming into and going to or from California. I think I've only had one time where I went up from like Virginia or the Carolinas up to this part of the state. I can't remember which way I came. I don't know if it was 77 or I don't remember. I think I came up. I know I ended up on 76 somehow. I just can't remember what interstate came off.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What's up?
I'm 137 miles for the pickup.
Okay, he's only 137 miles away then.
That's stupid. Fucking Qualcomm navigation.
And where about in West Virginia is that? Yeah, your little navigation route thing doesn't tell me anything about it. You go to regular screen and don't tell it to navigate you Okay, I think 79's one goes up into Pittsburgh. You're talking about I-79, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I-79 goes up by Pittsburgh. I don't know that interstate very well, so I don't know West Virginia very well either, so definitely couldn't help much on there.
I'm glad I came over this way because shit, they probably wouldn't have found me anything if I was still over in New Lexington. Because that area, like I said, not made for trucks at all.
You pick up there what time?
7:30 tomorrow morning.
Alright. So I imagine you'll probably leave here about 4:30 or so tomorrow morning. It'll take you a couple hours to get there, and then you guys have the same kind of thing. You get there about an hour before appointment time as well.
With us, because I am Flatbed, some places we have an open window from like 6 o'clock in the morning till about 3 in the afternoon. If that makes sense.
So you have more open-ended stuff,
Right.
Yeah, with us on reefer, we tend to have more appointment times, and we have like. I mean, my next one tomorrow is a first come first serve within a certain time frame, but most of the time we have a very specific time we're supposed to be there by, and they don't want us there too long before or after, or at all after.
Yeah, same with me. They can give a shit less what time I get there, as long as I get there on time, get the load, and get the hell out of there.
Okay, now we've talked about Weyerhaeuser before. Beach has experience with Weyerhaeuser, or at least investing in them and stuff. Now I talked about how they're a real estate investment trust company, but they specifically focus on the timber industry. Wood and timber, whatever you want to call it, like that. Dropping hooks ever with flatbed? That's actually something I asked him not to the other day.
It's a 50-50. Sometimes it'll be a live load, and you show up there expecting it to be a live load, then it becomes a preload. I mean, they just, like that load I took over to Utica, I thought it was going to be a live load, and the lady at the guard shack said it's ready.
Okay, so about half and half, he says, it's live versus dropping that for the pickups.
Yeah.
And what about the deliveries?
Deliveries are always a live unload.
Okay. Good to know. You never know. Could be people watching who might be interested in doing flatbed, whether it's with Western Express or somebody else.
I mean, to be honest, if you truly want to do flatbed, you have to stay committed. You cannot run on your own time. Because even running with JCT, I was always running hard and getting those loads there. Like I told you, that day I had a 3-way swap on that load going to Hilty in Denver. Because as soon as I pulled into that Flying J, I had 15 minutes left on my clock. And I had to shut it down.
Yeah, and then you probably, and the other person you were swapping with probably couldn't get any closer to you with what hours they had or something.
Well, here's the thing about that load. I ended up sitting on a load of another, like I said, it was a 3-way swap. So the guy I swapped with took my load to Hilty. I sat underneath another driver's load and took that load that I was babysitting to the driver that took my load to Denver, got my trailer back, and gave him that load. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. All right. Maybe come back over to the flatbed or something. I can use this trailer as a convenient. Maybe over here, I guess.
Yeah, let's go back there. Cause that damn thing.
Yeah, and I see him in a seat too. It makes me think he might be about to leave. Yeah, I get over here so I can get we're in a nice spot where we got the sun hitting us for one, and can also use this trailer as the stand for my phone. Oh, easy there. Okay, so half and half live versus drop hook, at least on the pickups for him.
Yeah.
This only really answers the question for Western Express specifically, not Flatbed in general, more than likely. But you never know. Like I say, I get a lot of people on the channel who are newer, or not even drivers yet, and want to become drivers. And Western does have a training program.
Yes.
Do they have a training program for the Flatbed division also, or just for the drive-in?
The way it works with the Flatbed is it's 3 days of load securement, 2 days of orientation. Day one of load securement, you're in the
How you
classroom.
doing?
It's gonna suck at this. Been here for 2 days.
Damn.
They want me to run back Jersey for $400 or $500. They're crazy.
Oh, I heard there were some really shitty load prices now.
Oh, bad. Ohio, they want me to like 5-6 hours, 500, 400. No, I ain't running for free, man.
Yeah, a friend of mine told me yesterday he's in Florida and he's trying to run. He's from here in Pennsylvania, and I think they try to give him a load for like $400 something like dollars. That's pretty crazy.
That's just fuel and toll money.
That's exactly what he said.
I mean, that's food.
And I actually at dispatch, I said, and you get people to do that? He goes, yeah. I said, that's why this industry is all fucked up. For people thinking shit like that.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's a mess. They need to get this economy opened back up, so
They need to do something.
it's going to get worse.
I mean, because they're bringing down those rates like, everybody's making the same money, and every year we're going lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
People are taking those cheap ass fucking loads. They just got me one for $1,500 going back. I took it just so I could get home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's decent from here to Jersey for $15.
Yeah.
$400 and $500 is.
Shit.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Besides all this, and I don't know, drive for Uber or some shit.
Right.
They're making the same money. Good luck, gentlemen.
Yep.
You too.
So back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
That's all good. That's flavor to the
Yeah.
show.
Basically, it's 2 days of orientation, 3 days load securement, which the last 2 days aren't really considered a hands-on experience. It's only the second day. And basically, what they do is they just show you how to strap down a slinky coil, which is what I pulled out of Colorado. And of course, your shotgun and suicide coils, which those can be a pain in the ass sometimes.
Okay, now, of course, I've heard of suicide coil, but I'm not
Okay.
really familiar. Same with shotgun coil, and I'm sure.
Suicide coil runs perpendicular to the trailer, side to side.
So if it rolls, it goes off the side of the trailer, or
No, if it rolls, it's either going to come out this way
out the back.
or it's going to go straight towards you.
Oh, okay. And that's the suicide.
That's what we call a suicide coil.
That's what I thought, because if it rolls into the truck, it can take you out.
Yes. Homicide coil, also known as the shotgun coil, will roll side to side if you don't chain it right, which runs parallel with the trailer.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just from the sense of whether it unwinds a certain direction or if it
No. Once those
from the ends of the spool facing the same direction as the trailer.
Once those spools of steel are wrapped up, they ain't coming undone until they get to where they're going. Because as soon as they put them on this trailer, they are still hot from the furnace.
Yeah, from what I meant though is if you were to unwind it, yeah, man, even if it was manual, which way would the spool need to roll for you to be able to do it?
Oh.
So I wasn't sure if you were talking about that perspective or from the way
the way it's loaded.
Yeah. So the way the post things on the sides of the spool are what he's talking about. The posts are sideways, or the posts are front and back from each other, then it's shotgun.
If the eye of the spool is going front to back, it's a shotgun.
Okay, that's a good way to put it too, from the eye, which would be the center where you actually put the strap through a lot of times.
Well, with us it'd be the chains.
Or chain, yeah.
Now, if the eye of the coil is going left to right, that's your suicide coil.
Alright, you guys got that? some little... Now, both him and Scotty both doing flatbed. Yeah, there's a lot you guys can be learning about flatbed work. So.
Yeah, but Scotty's doing more local stuff.
Yeah. And then there was up like
Reno to California and back.
Yeah, or down to Fresno is what he did yesterday.
Yeah. Which, with him pulling the long toothpicks, looks like telephone poles to me. I could be wrong, however.
Yeah, then he had one, he had some kind of pipes the other day, I thought. The one in that video that he did of, what was it? The long toothpick thing, whatever he said. I thought those were metal pipes or something.
Are they metal?
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I couldn't tell with the video because it was just such a weird angle.
Yeah. It was interesting seeing how that loader was dropping it into his rack too.
Yeah. And with stuff like that, half the time you have to be out of the truck.
Alright, quick question. Just now, you guys see my fingers
What the hell did you do?
getting all white. This is what I call the Raynaud's phenomenon or neuropathy, because when I went through chemo back in 2002, when it's cold, I tend to lose circulation. So
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna ask, maybe you want to hang
that's
out inside
fine.
the truck or
I
something?
don't care. Let me go turn mine off so I don't break that.
Alright. Yeah, and then I'll have to clear my keyboard and all that stuff out of the passenger seat for him. Not sure what's going on with Sylvia. She was saying something about being here about 45 minutes or so, but charge back up. My seat's sitting too low too, so I'm gonna start the engine up and
Get in your damn sunflower seeds.
my fig newts. Leave me alone. Alright. Yeah, that way I can warm my I had to stop at a family's house. We had a family member pass away. Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah, that was Sylvia messaging me a second ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's on here. I've not seen any messages from her yet, and I seen the purple trucks in the truck stop. Wasn't there one here yesterday when I got here? I don't remember. Maybe I'm thinking of the one when I met James. So I'll be posting that one today. I'm gonna go off 50 while I'm at it.
Yeah, might as well.
I think 25 hours in sleeping berth is probably enough. Not saying I actually spent that much time in sleeping berth, but this noise won't be here too long.
Now, you see how USA Trucks mirrors are on his International?
Okay, that's the white International sticking out. Judah Express get out of the way and get out of her way, damn it!
You better not park next to me. I cannot handle another reefer today.
Listen to this guy, man. He just came off of reefers and he's
Yeah, but when you can't idle your truck, it's a different situation.
okay. So let me see if I'm facing at the right one. You're talking about 5333, right?
Yep. You see how his mirrors are a little bit further out?
Yeah. You're talking about his hood mirrors?
Yep.
Yeah, how they stick out further forward.
Yep. And you noticed how mine were, right?
Not really. Yours are kind of like this Volvo, though, right? Where they stick more straight up or back.
Nope. My truck has the Freightliner hood mirrors on it.
Yeah. So yours are like this guy's next to us.
Not that exact style, but see that white one way the hell down there by the orange peak?
Yes.
Yeah. I have those.
So that one right there next to the orange peak is what he's talking about. Yeah, and they stick straight up and out.
Yep. Because I think the truck I'm in was one of them that got hit when the tornado came through in Nashville.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of trucks in the boneyard. they're working on them to this day.
That was pretty much a direct hit, right?
Yeah. Mainly, thankfully, it was just wind, which is all they got, because from what I've been told, it jumped the hill and missed it. Now, when it jumped the hill, those winds just completely destroyed the terminal. And it was not fun at all.
Yeah, our terminal in Sapulpa got hit. Well, not directly. I think it was more the winds that were part of the tornado.
The one because I remember I was sitting off of 35 at that Phillips 66, the one that's got that barbecue restaurant in it. It's like, I bet you, if I pull it up on...
Was it Oklahoma?
Yeah, it's in Oklahoma. Let's see.
You're not talking about in Edmond, are you?
No.
It was further up, like going into Kansas or something?
Hang on.
Or unless you're talking about Texas. Because I know you've done some loads down into the like San Antonio area, like HEB and stuff.
The Cowboy Travel Plaza in Orlando, Oklahoma, off of 51 and I-35.
That sounds familiar. 35, mile marker 51. That's down by Paul's Valley. Then.
No, not mile marker 51. Oklahoma 51.
Oh, okay. State Highway 51.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, that one I'm not too familiar with.
Stillwater
Stillwater, Oklahoma.
is where it's at.
Sounds familiar.
Let's see if I got a street view here.
See if my video's done processing here. Doing video editing kind of stuff.
That's the street view.
It's not bad looking place.
And they got some great freaking barbecue too.
Just want to get a better gauge on where exactly you're talking about.
So how long have you been up?
Pretty good chunk of the day so far. Yeah, I'll have to take a nap and get a few hours of rest or something this evening before I do anything. Hey, don't tell me my coolant level's low. I already know it's not.
You got a bad sensor then.
No, it probably is low right now because it's cycling or something. But but then I can, like, when I checked it like yesterday after I had done that previously, I go out there and check it and
it's full.
it's full. Like, what the hell?
That's strange.
Okay, that was in Stillwater.
Yeah. It's called the Cowboy Travel Plaza.
Oklahoma State University. Oh, up that way. Damn, that's kind of an odd spot for you to be.
Yeah. That's where I was sitting when all those tornadoes were going through Oklahoma City. And all that flooding.
Oh, so you guys know. Right there is Stillwater. Right there is Oklahoma City. Right there we see that star is where our terminal is, and then right up here is Tulsa. What else we got? James Kelly, do not want flatbed. Okay, now James is he's a soon-to-be CDL driver. He's getting ready to go to CDL school with Sierra England in Salt Lake City. Hey, James, did you get your CLP yet? Or because last time I was talking to you, you were talking. I think you were going to be going to the DMV that same day or whatever to get your CLP. So, and for those of you guys who don't know what a CLP is, it's a commercial learner permit. So it's basically a permit for your to get your CDL. And you have to take written tests to get it, and also
God, those tests were a pain in the ass.
yeah, and then you also have to have a DOT physical. And then once you have all that, once you pass the test, you have to have it for at least 14 days, if I remember. At least in California, I don't know about other states.
Yeah, 14 days all around.
Yeah, so probably nationwide, 14 days.
Yeah.
And then then you can test for your CDL. Now, some states actually made requirements though, where you have to go to an actual CDL school to get your CDL. They were actually making against the law for you to get your CDL without going through a certified school. Some states you can still do it the old school way, where just get your CLP, practice for 14 days, and then start driving, and then test for it. But nowadays, if you didn't get trained at an actual school, and let's say California, I know it's the same, has that rule now. Washington State, I believe, has it. I think Texas made the law too. I can't remember for sure though. But all those, you have to actually go to a CDL school. You're not allowed to just test for it. All right, Linda, they need to not take low rates that will bring them up. That's exactly it. And kind of what that guy we were talking to was saying, there are too many people who are willing to take loads for cheap, dirt cheap, not even livable cheap, and that gives the shippers more bargaining power when people are willing to do that. 6 hours, 8 up here, aggravation, still not in dock.
MFT, I don't think I know a Theo. Because when I went through, they were trying to get everybody in, get trucks out. Because my class was actually one of the smaller ones when I started. And about a week after I started, they just had a humongous flood of new people coming in. But I'll definitely ask around and all that.
She's been in for about a year.
So then she would have started sometime back in 19. Now again, I started early to late March. So I mean,
maybe somebody maybe you can suggest here, if you send them a message on Facebook or something, let them know her truck number if you know it. Tell them, hey, this is what her truck number is. Keep an eye out for her.
yeah,
Maybe you guys can cross paths and meet.
I'll definitely keep my eye out for that number.
All right, so Linda went to CDL school with her. And was that? Did you go to CDL school with Knight or somewhere else, Linda? Linda, I know, drives for Knight, and you said that you drive mostly up and down the East Coast, pretty much only, right? I know there are a lot of where just do regional. Kind of like what you were saying with Western Express. I guess you said the drive-in guys usually stay in the east or they stay in the west.
Yes.
But they don't cross over to each other.
Which I'm sure when you were coming up this way, you saw a lot of them running through Ohio and all that. Indiana.
I did not see many. I saw one drive-in on the side of the road, on the right shoulder in Ohio. I think that was the only one I really noticed, though.
Dry freight must be slow today. Just going through all this bullshit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I would think you're going to see more reefer trucks actually running right now.
Yeah, especially since I hate to say it, but since JCT's getting desperate. I saw a post from Jesse Smith where he was actually picking up tiles.
Oh, no, down tile?
Yeah.
No, we've always had that count. I've done down tile loads before with us, even before the economy started doing what it's doing.
Then why the hell was I stuck doing Texas to California every single time?
Because that's our bread and butter route.
Like,
we do a lot of Texas to California and back, or California to Texas and back kind of stuff. You guys watch my streams. You guys have seen that the last 3 weeks it was all California to Arkansas. Lost that load. Ended up at our terminal in Oklahoma. Back to California, and then I had 2 round trips between California and Texas in a row after that.
which I mean, I didn't mind, but it got repetitive after like the 20th time.
So what he's saying is he's like me. He likes a little bit of variety. I like doing the regular runs like that, but I'm like him. sometimes a random load like what I'm on right now, going through Pennsylvania, which I've not come through this part of Pennsylvania since I was an OTR driver with Cedar England, and that was my first year of driving. So it's been a few years since I've been up here. New Jersey, I've only been to New Jersey one time since I've been a JCT driver, and I've been here for over 2 years now. So that tells you how often we're out this way. So these, as much as some people hate coming through here, like, okay, like John Farber, he won't do loads out this way. He hates this
I
area.
love coming out to the East Coast.
Yeah, it's a treat for me sometimes. It's green and beautiful out here too.
However, I do not like the snow.
Well, you get snow up in. You can't avoid the snow because I mean, even going across I-40 just not long ago, not even a week ago, Flagstaff got snowed on.
Yeah. Well, and see, if you noticed on my truck, I don't have tire chains at all.
Yeah, I didn't notice. But I think you said something about that.
Yeah, I have no tire chains. I don't have a rack for tire chains. So if it's icy, I have no choice but to shut down.
And they keep you out of states that are prone to chain requirements. Like actually, Colorado, between the months of September and March, you're actually required by law to have chains with you on your truck.
Well, apparently Western Express didn't give the Flatbed division that memo.
Yeah, so that sounds like something that needs to be corrected there, because it actually is a state law there, and they, those times of month, especially if you're in areas that are more prone to needing chains, like going up I-70 through Vail Pass and the Eisenhower Tunnel and all that. If you don't have chains with you, if they notice, the cops there just pass by and happen to notice you don't have chains hanging from your rack, they can pull you over just to check to make sure that you have them. And if you don't show them that you have chains, you're getting a ticket.
Yep. Thankfully, I can send that in. The company can take care of it.
All right, so Linda, Great Lakes Trucking in Ohio is where she did her CDL school. 600-hour class. That sounds interesting.
Damn.
600 hours. That's...
What was it at England? Like
3 weeks.
Yeah. Fuck.
600 hours sounds like a pretty extensive class. Which is not a bad thing.
Which mine was actually 2.5. Because I started at the Cedar Hill school and then they sent us up into Indiana.
So yours was only 2.5 weeks?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, now, did you show up in your school with the CLP already in your hand, or did you?
I went through England.
So you got your CLP while you were in the CDL school already? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, and that's what I did. And that was something that, because it's James, this guy might help you out too. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, but I remember when I went through CDL school, and he and I both went through Cedar England. Most of us, though, we would go to the school actually, and then the first our initial, like the first Monday, or whatever, it'd be like DOT physical.
Yeah.
Just some of the paperwork kind of crap. And then most of your time would be spent studying for the CLP. Because on Wednesday they would take us all to the DMV, and we would take the written test for our CLPs. And then after that, it had to be at least 14 days before they could test us.
Which is now a computer test, really.
Yeah.
But the only reason why they sent 12 of us up to Indiana was because the Texas DMV in Waxahachie had a 6-month waiting period. They were backlogged.
Damn.
Yeah. And they sent 12 of us up to Indiana to do the backing and all that. Some of us wanted to go to the Salt Lake school, but unfortunately they said it was full, which I think is a load of crap, because that place is huge. But I think like the first week we did nothing but backing, and then the second week was we went out with a road instructor.
Yep, exactly. That's what I did in Fontana.
And then I want to say like at the start of like halfway through the third week, we went and tested.
Okay, now a little bit different from because my first week, the entire first week was all academic. We didn't even touch a truck the first week. It was all in a classroom the entire time, watching a whole bunch of safety and training modules and stuff. Just doing processing kind of stuff, the DOT, physical, and all that kind of stuff. So it sounds like yours was a little bit different.
It was. It was completely weird.
Did you have any academic time at all there?
I think that Monday we did a video or intro or something like that. But the rest of it was going over the pre-trip, and God help me if they didn't beat it into our goddamn heads.
And it's important because you really are supposed to know how to make sure the truck is safe to operate before you even get in and drive it.
Make sure it's not cracked, bent, or broken.
Remember I was saying yesterday. What I was saying yesterday. If it's a metal part that you need to know about, just remember CBS. Not cracked, not broken, and securely fastened at the very least. And then,
oh God, I forgot that part. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if it's rubber or plastic, yeah, just remember ABC: abrasions, buckles, and cracks. If I remember right.
That's for the hoses.
Yeah. No abrasions, not buckled and not cracked, and then it's also securely fastened. So, at least the ABC and the CBS part of it can help you out. And then there was another acronym I made up my own that they, I can't remember what it was. So it's been a while.
Well, I mean, and every school had different instructors, so each instructor would have a different way of teaching it. But before they started, I think there was one manual truck that I got to touch. And I was just going from low gear to reverse. That was it. And then that next following day, they had pulled all the manuals off the yard.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So it would have been nice to learn in a manual.
Yeah, so when I went through in 2016, all the school trucks they had, there were 8-speed manuals. They didn't even have auto shift there.
Speaking of England.
Yeah, there's an England coming out of a parking lot right now. It's a spot right now. 57404.
Yeah. Now, what's up with the one load feeds one child? That wasn't going on back when I went through.
That's a donation thing. So every time they do a load, they donate $1 for, I can't remember. Are you going to run over the pylon or something? Or he was going to go turn that way and then change his mind, and then it was like, there's
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I thought he was going to run over the pylon over there. He didn't hit it, but he came real close.
See, I wish I had those mirrors on my door. The ones that have the bracket at the top and the bottom.
Oh, yeah, where you can easily mount a radio with like an antenna mount on it. Yeah. It's a little different from, easier to mount than what I have, where I had to actually get a bracket adapter.
Oh, I did too with the Freightliner.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been good so far, but I mean, they could have at least let me know so I could have gotten all my shit out of the truck. And it's just, I mean, Brian did say I could come back within 6 to 9 months and do a safety and all that bullshit, but at this point, the way the fuel surcharge is, I don't think it's worth it at this point, because when I started, that fuel surcharge was what, 32 cents a mile?
Yeah, but then it was, remember, the fuel prices were a lot higher too.
Yeah, and after a year, they would drop to what, 15, 16?
14.
Jesus.
Yeah, but mind you, the prices are way lower than they used to be, so there's a reason for it. Because it's based on $1.50 per mile, and then...
Oh,
And then it was 6. It used to be 6 mile per gallon that they based the FSC off of, which is fuel surcharge compensation. And then they just changed it from 6 to 7 because that's actually what most trucks today should be reason to be able to get. And I guess other trucking companies are using that as part of their pricing point.
Yeah.
It's all a numbers game, unfortunately. I'm not gonna sit here and blame JCT when I know freight rates for both spot and contract freight is going way down.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, and it's hurting them too. Because honestly, if we had it set up where we were paid by a % of the load instead of per mile, you'd hear a lot more bitching going on than what you're already hearing. The fact that we get paid a more consistent amount per mile, people don't understand that. Sometimes they're doing routes that JCT doesn't even make as much for, and where it might, if you're running like, let's just say 65% of the load, you might be making $1.14 per mile right now with $1 for the solo rate plus the 14-cent FSC. On a load that may only pay like barely $1 per mile total. And then you might have other routes that are paying like $1.50, $1.60, $1.70, whatever. Now, most of these guys who are owner ops are not going to even touch a load that cheap.
No, they're not. They want something that's going to make them at least $3 to $4 a mile.
Yeah, a lot of them only they might turn the key for $2 a mile, but usually even then they won't. They'll still ask for a higher price. So keep that in mind. It sounds shitty, but it'd be even worse if you're with a company that pays by percentage of the load, and you're a lot more exposed to the freight market, and it moves around. And being exposed to that's actually a good experience to have, especially if you want to become an owner operator where you drive your own truck with your own authority. What's this message that came in?
So you got one of those.
Oh, I got a pre-plan. Hilti in New Jersey. All right. So,
how did I call that one?
So I don't have to grab. Let me guess. It's gonna go to Pembroke Park or Pembroke Pines, Florida.
I forget the name of that one down there.
Yeah, it's the Miami area one. I don't know the name of the.
Or it could be going over to the one in California that they just built not too long ago.
I think I have been to that one out by LA.
I think it is. Because I know my GPS couldn't even pick it up yet.
I get mixed up. Well, it's been a while. So if your GPS didn't pick it up, then
Well, plus the maps were outdated too, so.
And then I sometimes get mixed up. You were talking about tiles. I did a Dow tile load my first year with JCT that went to LA.
Yeah.
In West LA, and it was weird because once you get LA on the 10 freeway, when you get out west of the 710 freeway, which is it goes down to Long Beach. Once you get west of there, it's like the trucks disappear.
Yeah. It's like, am I supposed to be in this area?
Exactly. Because I was the only westbound truck I saw, and then once in a while I'd see a local area truck getting on the freeway or already on the freeway going the opposite way, but that was it. And that was going to Dow Tile. But I could have sworn I've done a Hilti load that involved California. I can't remember for the life of me where it's at. I have to look at my records.
And when I went to that facility, it looked like it was brand new. I just can't remember where the fuck it's at.
Okay, so it picks up tomorrow from 11 to noon. Hopefully they're kind of quick up there. It's a 65-mile empty trip. Goes to Atlanta.
Oh, you're gonna have fun with that one.
Have you been to it?
Yep.
Good kind of fun or the shit kind of fun?
The shit kind of fun.
Okay, let's get the kill fly out of my truck now.
I mean, the way it's set up is. Let's see, where's my phone? Here it is. Did she give you the address or no?
No, just a pre-plan. So, but if you've been to it, I'm sure it's the same one.
Hilti, Atlanta.
Glenn sent it.
Huh?
Glenn, the planner.
Oh.
What's that trip number?
Yeah, if I'm correct, this should be the same one. Yep, there she is right there.
On time. Should be able to get there on time as long as the shipper doesn't take too long. I mean, as long as my delivery doesn't take too long.
Yeah.
On time pickup. Depends on how timely delivery of current load is. Alright. At least I'll accept it. And because usually I accept all whatever loads they any load that they have going, yeah, that they offer me, it's usually the best one they have available. Is that way I usually look at it. So, and that's why there's a difference between what kind of miles they run and what kind of miles a lot of other drivers with us run.
And if I know Glenn, it's probably going to be an early morning appointment.
Yeah, in
Because-
Atlanta, it's 4 a.m.
Yep.
Or actually 8 a.m.
Damn.
Confirmed appointment 8 a.m. on Friday.
Mine was a 6 a.m. when I went there. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So I got 800 on, just about 800 loaded miles to cover. So I got 65 plus, we'll just say 800. So about 870, because what I actually get paid is not what I'm actually going to run. I'm actually going to run more miles than what I'm getting paid for, just the way it works.
Yeah.
Just deal with it. That's the way the industry works.
Okay. So, you see where that white truck is sitting?
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty narrow lane there, it looks like.
There is a concrete ramp that you're going to have to back in next to. Now, for me, now you can't see it, but right there's a little bit of a curve that's hidden behind underneath the trees, and it's not easy to get to.
And it looks like it's, you look like you have to back into the lot or something, or?
Now with you probably would hit it, but for me, I fucked it up, and I nosed into the lot and had fun trying to back the motherfucker in.
So you had a blindside in, or what?
Yeah,
Okay.
the way I did it.
All right, yeah, because I'm guessing the entry, you enter the lot from over here on the west end of the building?
Because I came up off of Amwaller Road and came up, what was that one?
Whatever that street is there.
Amwaller Industrial Drive. I came up this way. And of course, it was like dark as hell. So, yeah, it's way the hell in the back right there.
Okay, so I see where you're getting at, though, is if you come up Gateway Drive instead.
Yeah.
Come this way, you can side into the lot.
Yeah, you can. My dumbass, however, did not do that. So.
All right, so yeah, I might have some blindsiding fun to do there or something. I might do it just for the hell of it. Who knows? We'll see how the parking situation goes when I get there.
But that area was not made for a 53-foot truck.
So can I not park my truck on the street overnight there? Or?
Not unless you want to get hit, because I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe it's like a 2-lane that turns into somewhat of a 3rd. I don't know. It's been quite a while.
All right, so sounds like I'll have some fun with a new place I've not been to before, at least.
Yeah.
Which is always, which I'm always for. I always like different places, a little variety, you know. All right, James Kelly going staircasey, waiting to take the CLP test because the DMV's not open there. So yeah, because the coronavirus.
I think right now they've got everything halted, because there was even a something on TNN, and if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's called Transportation Nation Network.
I think I've heard of that.
I'm sure you have, but the rest of them, I don't think they have. There was an article on that where they were stopping all testing but schools were still doing the to get them ready. So I think they pushed it out like 6 months, is what they said.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm sure a lot of truckers would have an opinion on that, one way or the other, whether CDL schools should still be running. But because there are a lot of truckers out here who are not making money now because there's not enough loads to do. Too many trucks, not enough loads, and the freight rates are going way down.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see if I can find.
It's like with the guy who was just parked right next to Eric, who when he was talking to us earlier. You know, he got offered only $400 or $450, whatever, for I think a load going from here to New Jersey.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's like barely $1 a mile,
And that's enough to cover fuel and the toll.
Yeah,
Because the toll's like what, 50 something bucks for trucks?
yeah, if you can get up there, yeah. So
There it is.
yeah, and that's where it actually pays. It's beneficial for. Like I say, there are always pros and cons especially with like lease operating contracts, like what I'm in here. Some drivers get paid a flat rate per mile with the FSC, and others get paid a percentage of the load. Again, they have each has their pros and cons. Percentage of the load when the market's up, you'll really love it, especially if you know what lanes to run, or have your dispatcher know how to really effectively set you up for the best paying routes. Not just because that's something else to consider. There is you might get a really high paying route one time, and then wherever it goes to, you might have just low paying routes coming out of there. So that's something else that has to be considered. What's it going to take to get you to somewhere that's going to pay more reasonable? There's a lot goes on with that, and that's actually a good way to get experience for driving owner-op too, where you have your own truck, your own authority, and you broker your own loads and all that. The same kind of thing. It's just all of the money goes to you. You just pay the broker a certain amount, and then you eat all the costs though.
Yeah.
Whereas with us, we don't pay anything for the trailer maintenance. We don't pay anything for reefer fuel. And there's a lot of stuff we don't have to pay for, and it kind of evens it out. And it does sound like we get paid crap to other truckers, but you gotta consider all of the little details of every setup, like what we have, or versus other companies' lease contracts. And I've talked to you about how the pros and cons of the way our lease contract works versus the more traditional type of lease contract, like Sea or England and other companies will have, where it's a set rate, a set truck payment every single week, no matter how many miles you run. So you gotta just take the good with the bad. Don't think you're gonna get your cake and eat it too. It doesn't work that way. You can have certain expectations to an extent, but there are going to be times where, like this situation, like right now, you might have a good time with a certain setup, but then when the market turns, whatever, it can completely turn south on you, and then you're getting paid worse than someone like I am, if that's the case. Hey dear.
Okay, so I'm going to send this link to you. Come on. Ready?
Link to that TNN thing, or?
Yep. So, so you can read it, because I was actually wrong. What they're doing is they're allowing third-party CDL testing to give out the knowledge and the skills test, since all the DMVs are closed. That way it keeps them ready for when everything does reopen back up.
Okay, yeah. And what he means by that, because you still have to go to the DMV after you've completed your CDL test at a third party. So at least they're ready then once they have, they're tested all out and all that. It's just a matter of waiting for the DMV to open to formalize, hey, now you have an actual license.
There it goes. Should get it here shortly.
All right. I'm going to be a bitch. Social distancing. Yeah. Cabin
Oh,
fever.
come on, Dora. Come on.
And And James says his DMV there in Utah, or not Nevada. Yeah, he was in Nevada. Supposed to open in May.
I don't know about Nevada. I really don't, because they're a little flippy floppy. Because when I got done with training over in England, and they took us over to, I forget which testing facility it was in Illinois. I know it was like the border of Illinois and Indiana.
I always forget the name of that town too. It's right by Hammond.
I think so.
But it's on the Illinois side.
Yeah. I for the life of me, I cannot remember it. But when the 12 of us that tested out of that school, or out of that third-party testing site, we were allowed to go to any DMV and get our license because they were just now starting to take out-of-state scores. I get to the DMV in Amarillo, and I was the third one to walk in with out-of-state scores to get my actual CDL.
So you didn't have to go back to your home state for that?
Well, Texas was my home state.
Oh, okay.
At the time.
All right. I thought you were still in Alabama.
Well, see, that's the kicker. My parents have moved at least 3 or 4 times since I've started. So we've lived in Mississippi and Alabama and Texas now, but I never changed my license over.
Oh, okay.
Because it's such a pain in the ass to do. It's like, why change it over when I still got a couple years left? Of course, I got to go up for my...
Don't hit the front end of that truck. Don't. All right.
See, that's another thing that pisses me off. They need to come out and crack down on that shit. I mean, there is a whole row of parking on that back side next to Blue Beacon.
Yeah.
And this dipshit decides to park right there.
Is he in a real spot or
No.
He's in a... Oh, okay.
He's right in the middle of the lane.
Yeah. But there's plenty of room here. That really should be a spot, I think.
No, because then all of them that are parking next to him have a harder time getting in and out.
No, there's room there. It's not a super wide lane, but it's, you know, even with him parked there, it looks like it's... I've seen narrower lanes than that. It's, you know, not my favorite, but...
Yeah.
Obviously, we all like having wider lanes. That's why I parked where I'm at. It's not for me, not so necessarily so much about me being parked in an easy spot for myself. It's more
for everyone else.
For my neighbors, I'd rather them have an easier spot to back into, so I don't have to worry quite as much about whether I'm going to get hit.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how I am. I mean, like you were saying the other day with the TA, if it's like middle of the fucking day, there's a lot of room, I will pull as far forward as possible, or I'll grab one of the angled spots along the outer edge. Which, yeah. I kind of like how they did that middle section, but, and I'm talking about the one in Kingman, by the way.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the one by where the freaking cliff face thing is, whatever, over on the west end of the lot? When you come around the service building from the fuel island, and
yeah,
the spots that are right there on the right side. Yeah, that's where I always park too.
I usually try to grab if there is one, I usually try to grab one of those. But if not, and it's the middle of the fucking day, I'll grab the furthest spot that's up close to the exit. That way, I can get out. Because I have seen it where, and it's happened to me and a buddy of mine that originally we both started. No, he can't. I'll figure it out later. But me and one of my buddies, when we were with Western, he was doing the lease purchase side of it. We were actually sitting at the TA in Kingman one night, and a Warner driver pulling a Family Dollar trailer hit us. And she was not paying attention, and she thought she was closer to the passenger side than she really thought. Well, she come around the corner. Now, this was back when they still had the angle right there in the middle. And she came around the corner and clipped the front of the truck with the trailer. Now, thankfully, the back of the trailer just caught the hood mirror, and the hood itself didn't break anything, thank God. But it just goes to show, never park on a fucking corner spot like you were saying yesterday.
Yeah. And then also what we were just seeing here, I was concerned, okay, this guy right here with his tandems kind of pretty much toward the back. And his trailer's kind of facing us a little bit.
The one in the fuel island?
Yeah. That was him. He came around the corner over here, came around dot line, and when he turned the corner, I thought his trailer was going to get kind of close to dot line. I was getting a little concerned that he was going to hit dot line with the back of his trailer.
And I can tell you right now, he's past that 40 mark.
Oh, easily, yeah. He's at least a good 45 feet back right now.
Uh-huh.
Which, I mean, actually, that's not even legal here in Pennsylvania. The limit here is 43. From the rear axle, the kingpin to the rear axle here is 43, and then when you look up the law, it's actually 41, but that's from the kingpin to the center of the axle group, which is halfway between the two axles. And it's a 4 foot gap. It's a 4 foot gap between the two axles. So
yeah,
it's really about 43 feet is what I go by.
Yeah, if I can't get that damn trailer still out at the 40 mark, or one hole past the 40 mark, I'll take it back. Fucking Amarillo.
Yeah, and he's basically talking about loads going to California or out of California. Because they will put you out of service in some spots. Actually, a friend of mine.
If you catch them on a bad day and they're just pissed off, yeah, they'll put the tape on you. There's been stories that I've heard that people have gotten put out of service because they're past that 40 mark.
I know somebody who picked up a load in Las Vegas, went into California with it, went through the mountain pass scale with his tandems at 41 feet, only a foot past, and he was overweight. And, actually, no, I think that he was within weight, but it was over length. So, and then of course he went to 40 feet, and it was overweight. And so they told him, you can't leave. You're out of service.
Mm-hmm.
They had to send a transload crew over, and another truck over to take part of his load and put it in a different truck.
Yep.
And I was in the Walmart dedicated fleet when that happened, and I remember passing by him a couple times. He sat there for 3 days in the weigh station out of service because of his one little stupid mess up.
And see, I had that load I picked up out of Cactus, Texas from JBS. Lord, I thank God California did not put me on the tape, because I was almost at a full 53.
Full 53.
I think, no, I had scaled it out at the 40 mark, but I think I was like maybe 40 to 60 pounds over on the trailer.
Oh, 40 pounds I wouldn't even worry about.
Well, with me being, and that was the first load to California too, by the way, because with Swift, I hardly ever touched the West Coast. And I think the furthest west they ever sent me was to our yard, to Swift's yard there in Albuquerque. That was as far as I went.
Yeah, which isn't that far west.
Mm-mm. I mean, it's like right there in the middle of it, but you know what I mean.
We're gonna got a new message coming in. It'll come in on the Qualcomm soon. Let's see, before it gets too far off, and I don't know, before he runs off, James, something else that might help you, and I do want to bring it up because it's, where was it at? What's going on, Francisco? Oh, okay, yeah, it's supposed to reopen the DMV sometime in May. Okay, Something else that's good info for you guys who don't have CDLs yet, but who plan to. And also, actually, this is also good info for those of you guys who already have CDLs and want to bitch about how companies are allowed to have waivers or DMV waivers or CDL waivers. Okay, if you have a problem with the CDL waiver, you don't know what you're talking about. I do. Here's how it works. The CDL waiver it does not give someone a right to the ability to drive a truck just carte blanche. Like you can drive with the CLP, whatever, and then just drive on your own. It doesn't work that way. The CDL waiver is actually a little more akin to what Eric was talking about here not too long ago. And the fact that, James is a good example. He's from Nevada. He's going to be going to Utah to get his CDL, to go to CDL school. Okay, he's going to get tested in Utah, but he's from Nevada. And how they do it, because like what Eric was talking about, DMVs sometimes have long waits to in order to get certain things done, like CDLs. Mm-hmm. They only have so many test proctors, and they have way more drivers needing tests than they have proctors to keep up with. So what they do is they allow companies like Swift, Sierra England, Western Express, Unite, whoever, to get these waivers. So, or they're set up also where the company, the carrier, can actually run their own CDL school and do their own CDL testing. And then once they've actually, and they have to do it by the DMV standards, and DMV does do audits on them. They audit at least one driver out of every class. And
I'm going to correct you right there. Western Express does not have their own CDL school.
Okay.
Before you go to Western Express, if somebody does decide to go there, you have to have 6 months or more before they can take you.
Okay.
But as a fact, when I was going through England school, they were actually one of the first ones to get the third-party testing started. And I think they had one person at the Cedar Hill School that actually was allowed to take the third-party tester's exam or whatever the hell it was.
Okay, and speaking of that too, like when I went through the CDL school, there were had so many different yard instructors there at the school, but only certain ones of them were actually allowed to do the DMV tests. So it was only the ones that give the DMV test that who took people out on the road to test them, or do their backing and all that evaluations. Now the waiver part, how that works is you've already tested for your CDL, you've already passed the test. Problem is you did the test in a state that's not where you live, and you can't get your CDL from Nevada if you can't get your CDL from Utah if you live in Nevada. So what happens is you'll have your CLP, but with the waiver now, you've already passed the test, and you'll have the paperwork for it too.
Yep.
And they'll even send it digitally to the DMV in your home state. And then, but you still have to go there and turn in the paperwork physically.
Yep. So
what happens is you pass the test, you get hired, you go through orientation and all that, and then when you're on the truck with your trainer will actually take you, your DM, your dispatcher for your trainer should, at some point in time, very soon, or as quickly as they can, get you a load that goes into or through your home state. In most cases, you go to any DMV in your home state to get it taken care of. It doesn't have to be your home city. However, I had a trainee from Florida. He lived in the Jacksonville area.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I know why he's saying that, and that's just, I'm gonna go ahead and have him put the words in my mouth.
I can honestly say, Jacksonville, if you're trying to get to the DMV over there, you are going to be sitting there all fucking day just to get your license done.
Oh, it's even worse than that too.
The traffic?
No.
Oh God.
Okay, so with the whole God thing that you're saying there, it's not just that, but it's also how much freight does Cedar England do into and out of Florida on the OTR side?
I would guess not a whole lot.
Exactly. I was on the OTR fleet for over a year, and the only time I ever did a load into Florida with them was this one time, and that one time I had to swap to even get there. My DM, I had a great DM. He did everything he could to try to get me over there, and it just wasn't working out. He got us a load from Laredo up to Virginia, somewhere over on the East Coast. It might have been Atlanta or Virginia or somewhere over that way.
Was it a Mars load?
No, I don't remember. It was probably a green veggie load coming out of Laredo, like it always is. But now his rationale there for why he wanted that load for us is because we could go across I-10 and then at least go through Mobile, Alabama, which is right by the Florida Panhandle. And the idea was if we could at least go over that way, maybe one of the few loads they had going into the Florida area, specifically to Jacksonville, and this is what makes it worse. Florida, if you live in Florida and you need to get there, probably Sea that's not going to be a great option for you. You're going to have a hell of a time getting there. I'm not going to sit here and talk trash or talk great about any one company. Everyone has their own needs, and everyone gets their own quality of training and all that, and testing, instruction, and all that, whatever. Build your own experiences. But Florida, they don't have actual DMVs. They actually have what are called county tax collectors that you have to go to.
Yep.
And if you need to get your CDL, you can't just go to any county tax collector in the state. You have to go specifically to your county. So this guy not only had to go into Florida, I had to get him into Jacksonville specifically. Now, whether it had a load that actually delivered to Jacksonville or just went through Jacksonville, it didn't matter. At least as long as there was a chance for me to stop there so we can take care of it. And that was a real pain. I ended up dropping him off. Ended up taking I think we had a delivery there in Jacksonville, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And then I went down to Winter Haven and picked up a load, and then came back up and picked him back up, and then we ran with it from there.
Jacksonville area is not truck friendly at all.
Yeah, they have truck stops there, but they're always crowded.
Oh yeah.
And with Sea England, though, my experience, it's good luck getting a load over there. Actually, a lot of companies don't do a hell of a lot of freight in Florida. It's like Hotel California. You can get in, but you can't get out.
Yep.
So
I think JCT is one of the few companies that actually does freight to Florida.
Yeah, we have a pretty good amount going into and out of Florida. So it's easier for us to get in and out of there. But yeah, that one, it was so painful. It was such an arduous task getting us there. Like I said, you got us a load that went over to the East Coast with the hope that maybe we'd be able to get a swap somewhere along the way, maybe near Mobile or somewhere. Nothing happened. Get up to Georgia or Virginia, wherever the hell the load went, made the delivery, and then he said, yeah, and of course you're on the East Coast. What are the odds you're going to get something going to Florida?
Absolutely zero.
Exactly. So it's from the East Coast, it's pretty much all west and north. So he ended up, maybe that's what it was. They went to Virginia or south, one of the Carolinas, who knows. He ended up in like Atlanta with the area with a load going up to Chicago. I was like, and he told me, I'm trying, doing whatever I can to get you to Jacksonville, but there's just nothing over there. So he said, just go ahead and get running up there, and I think I might have might have somebody I could get you to swap with. Someone coming down from New Jersey with a load going straight into Jacksonville. And so, okay, yeah, at least he's trying, I know, and he was the best DM they even had there. And we get it rolling up there. I ended up taking over and stopping at the service plaza over in Beckley, West Virginia. Yeah, on I-77.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're 77 and 64 run together. There's the service plaza over there.
That's on the Kentucky side, ain't it? Going towards Kentucky. 77 and 64.
I don't know if I'd say that. Well, I guess on the other side, I think, if it goes into Kentucky. It's coming out of Virginia, actually. more towards the North Carolina and Virginia and West Virginia area, if I remember right. I have to look at the map. I forget.
Yeah.
But I end up going up that way. I stop for a nap in Beckley, and then I wake up and I'm getting ready to go start moving my load again. And then my DM, and mind you, this is like 6 a.m. Eastern time. My DM is in Utah at 4 a.m. And this is how great this guy was. He's not even at work yet, and he's doing whatever he can to take care of me and every other driver in his fleet. And so I'd regularly get messages from him at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and he's not even at the terminal yet. And this is how great this guy was. He told me, "Don't move yet. I think I have a swap for you." So then he sends me the swap call, and there's this same guy coming down from New Jersey down to Jacksonville. Was supposed to meet me there where I was at. But then 2 hours after that, now at Sierra England, I could actually see the position of a specific truck. I can actually look them up on the truck locator on their app or on their website, and actually see where about they're located. And at the time when I got the swap instruction and I saw the truck number, I had looked up this. Oh shit, my battery's getting low
again.
I need to plug in. I forgot that I don't have it plugged in. So I will fix that. Don't want it prematurely in the stream here, do we? Alright. Anyway, yeah, I look at this guy's position, and he's in a certain spot on I-95. I can't remember the name of that town. I think it started with an F or something. Going up further up in North Carolina, if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't remember that now. And I've been up 95 a lot, so.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is how you get on the bad side with your DMs and planners. When you play fuck everyone else, they're going to play fuck you back.
Yep.
And they are going to win, so don't try to play the game with them. And not only did he fuck them, he also fucked my trainee over and myself, because I had a trainee who's already got like 200 hours now, and we just can't for the life of us get a load into Florida, and I can't get him for upgrade until he has that thing. Mm-hmm. And it was a real pain in the butt. So what happened now is this guy, I saw his position, and then I looked up the distance. Okay, he'll be about 4 or 5 hours, somewhere on there, I'm thinking. I look up his position a couple more hours later, and then it shows that he's only moved like 25 miles. So I sent a message to my DM, "Hey, what's going on with this guy?" I looked his position up, and he's only moved 25 miles in the last 2 hours. And he goes, "Good question. I'll take a look." And then he looks on his locator where he can actually pinpoint the exact spot, and even tells what status the guy is in and all that. And he says, "Yeah, it looks like he's parked in a mall parking lot right now." And like, is he not coming?
Why?
Exactly. So I'm gonna get to that. Why is he parked in a mall parking lot 2 hours after he got a swap call, and it was only moved 25 miles? The reason why is because he was hemming and hawing about wanting to get paid for agreeing to do the swap. He wanted to get paid like a $75 or $100, whatever the hell it was. Something that the company has no obligation to pay him. And it's not part of how swaps work for solo. This guy was driving solo. And and then he ended up taking so damn long on the load on getting down there. And he wouldn't move, so my DM just said, "You know what, just go ahead and stay with your load. I'm going to cancel the swap. You guys get up there, and I'll find something else for you guys." So this guy completely fucked my trainee over. And then he fucked me over too, because I can't get my trainee dropped off for upgrade, and in a position where I can make more money off of him driving a different truck for his first year. Because every mile, once you have a trainee upgrade at Sierra England, when you're a trainer, once they're in phase 2 or driving their own truck, every mile they run is a penny. So if they run 10,000 miles in a month, then I get $100 in network bonus pay out of them. And so there is kind of a motive. Hey, get them off my truck whenever I can, as quickly as I can. But of course, to a certain standard, at least as far as my truck was concerned. So I ended up, losing that load because this piece of shit guy. And then ended up getting a reload from the Chicago area back down to, I think it was La Grande or Des Plaines, like a Conway load.
Des Plaines.
Yeah, Des Plaines is literally right on the north side of O'Hare Airport.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Conway yard is literally right next to the north end of O'Hare's property. And then, or La Grande, or I think that's what it's called.
That's the downtown Chicago
La Grande, or what's that one over there off exit 79 on I-80? I always forget that damn town. There's a Conway yard over there, XPO. One of those two, though, we picked up a load going from there to Birmingham or Montgomery. I think it was Montgomery. Yeah, I think it was Montgomery, and then, or somewhere by Montgomery. And then after that, then he got us set up where before we even picked up the load and before the other team picked up their load, they gave me a reload going from, I think, the Birmingham area or something like that, or somewhere else in Montgomery over to Fontana or somewhere like that. I don't remember. Or maybe it was the load coming out of Illinois was to Opelika or somewhere, Alabama. And then I think I reloaded the XPO going to Fontana. So, yeah, it would have been a great home time load for me, but trying to get my trainee is damn CDL. And so, before we even pick up this load, they had us arranged where we'd pick up that load and another team would pick up a load going from Rogers, Arkansas to Jacksonville. And we were going to come at each other and had a specific area that was planned for us to do the swap, and which that's how we finally got over there. It was a pain in the ass. So this is where, like, if home time's important to you and you're going to drive for a major carrier, you should really know who their main customers are, how many loads they do into and out of a particular area, especially if it's receivers. Loads going into your area are going to be a lot easier to get you home with.
Fucking Andy.
Yeah, it has been kind of stinking in here, so yeah.
Also another thing too, for those of you that are thinking about going in and getting your CDL, when you do get on a truck with a trainer, the Scotch probably stressed this, and I will stress it even more. Set your alarm for 2 hours before your trainer stops. The reason why I say that is by the time he stops at a truck stop, that is for you to go shit, shave, and shower if you have time. Get what you need and get back to the truck. Do your pre-trip and run. And that trainer's not going to give a shit who the hell you are or what you got planned. They want to keep that truck moving. And
There's a Western Express flatbed over there.
Yeah, there was actually one that, I think that's the same one that pulled out. But when I was with Swift, I went through 2 different trainers because number 1, I'm hard-headed, and number 2, I just couldn't get it down. Because I was with the trainer I had with England, and I still talk to him to this day. He's over at Freight Maryland now. He helped me a little bit. He gave me enough to know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, basically. But I would, when my trainer stopped, I never set my alarm when I was with Swift, ever. And my trainer had to wake me up and tell me, hey, it's your time to drive, let's go. And to this day, I still regret that. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, for me, it's I kind of went the backward way, where I wanted trainees when they were done driving. I want them in the passenger seat watching me drive for the first, at least when I'm not on the freeway, if nowhere else. Because I want them to see what my habits are. They want me on, and there are things that I can show them, or even just how my turn habits are, or what my mirror checking habits and all that kind of stuff are, that they're not going to pay attention to if I'm never driving the truck. Same with when I'm...
Now, see, he's pulling a 48 foot,
Yeah.
where mine's a 53 with a well tail.
Where's he backing up to? Oh, he's backing up by you, isn't he?
Must have been a spot that opened up.
Yeah, the guy who just left, he's backing. I think it's right next to you. Yeah, hit him.
Hey, he can hit me all day. I don't care. Company takes care of the truck.
Alright, so, yeah, for me personally, I always ideally wanted trainees in the truck, actually up here up front watching me when we would leave the truck stop, get on the freeway, or when I was getting off the freeway and about to park. There are a lot of details you can pick up on how I do my own backings if you're sitting in the passenger seat watching me that might be important to your ability to learn how to back yourself. So I didn't want them in the back for that, but at the same time I want them rested, so if they didn't rest well back there while I'm driving, then hey, yeah, get as much sleep as you need, and then I'll let you know where, if you hear me getting off the road, whatever, time to get up.
Which, with England's reefer, you could never get no damn sleep.
Yeah, there's a big mix between Carrier and Thermal King units out here too.
Which JCT's pushing more towards Carriers, because I've hardly pulled any thermos.
Yeah, we got Thermal Kings. Now mine here is a Carrier, but we do have some Thermal Kings that I have pulled, and I don't know about CR England. I think I pulled more Thermal Kings than I did Carriers.
I think, yeah, because if I remember correctly, that's all England has is thermos. And I've just now recently seen some of the dry van trailers too.
Oh, I see their dry vans a lot more in the West because they're all Coca-Cola fleet.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they normally run out of. They got a fleet in Colton. They worked out of the same office that I was working out of with the Walmart fleet.
Yeah, which is right there by WCC.
Yeah, and then I had to shut down when I didn't look at the message yet. Alright, so I'll just wait for the stream to end. I'm not turning anything back on unless I'm going to switch back to sleeping birds or something.
Well, I know one thing, that little message of yours for the ELD diagnostic data shit, it's going to take about a week to a week and a half before it goes away.
That's what, who was it?
Because I had that happen to me when I was up in Wyoming. No, it wasn't Wyoming. It was when I was in, over in Oklahoma, no, Tulsa. It was in Tulsa because when I took my truck in, because I had the money light came on. And the money light is your check engine light. That was the day that I had to go get the damn software updated, and it took them damn near all night. And of course, when they were driving around, I logged it out, but that's when that stupid light came on, and I had called, what's her name? Is it Tracy that does logs, or?
Yeah, it was the JCT.
Yeah, I had called Tracy. She tried to fix everything and clear it. I called Omnitrax. They tried to do it. Nothing. The guy told me wait till midnight. If it clears, it clears. Which it didn't. I think it cleared like a couple days later.
So it must be attached to a certain status then, or something. And then once the status rolls off the 8-day thing, then maybe that's what.
It kind of just screws it up.
Yeah. Yeah, and someone on the stream yesterday said that, I don't remember if it was Mish or Linda or someone. Someone said that it takes usually a week for that thing to come off of there.
Yeah.
So I got several days to go. Andy wants to know where we are located. We're at the Pilot Travel Center in Bentleyville, Pennsylvania.
PA.
It's I-70, exit 32, Bravo. Was that New Stanton is like, what, half-hour drive or so, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
East of here, where I-76 is.
Now, my question is, why the hell is he parked right there? Because that's a dangerous spot to be in the first place.
The flatbed, or?
Yeah. And that's one of our guys.
Oh, yeah, he's been there all day.
Has he?
Yeah, I've seen him parked there all morning.
Because when I came in, there was I didn't see anybody sitting there. Because when I came in, there was a bunch of FedEx trailers sitting over there.
Yeah, that guy up against the container?
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's been there the whole time.
Well, that tells you how much I pay attention.
Logs, one of those. Yeah. You wanted to.
I want to rip this motherfucker out of mine. Shit.
Yeah, we can tell Rizzo Dog doesn't do training. He's poorly trained. He keeps shitting in your truck and does a really bad job of driving, too. And all he does is bark at cows and stuff like that.
Good Lord.
And freight trains. This is kind of like a mix between like that Orange County Choppers guy and Steve Irwin.
You know, you kind of got a point there. He does look like Paul Sr.
He already walked back over there to, I think he went to the truck that's right next to Eric's truck, but yeah, this guy's got like these motorcycle handle type, what do they call those things, mustache?
Shit, you got me.
They call them motorcycle handles or what, I forget what the hell they call them, but
Something like that.
But he kind of looks a little bit like Paul Tuttle or whatever his name is.
Paul Sr.?
Paul Sr., whatever, from, or what is that, Orange County Choppers? What is that show called? I don't watch it much.
Oh, fuck. It was Orange County Choppers. I don't remember the show, though.
Too much drama for me. I couldn't handle that.
That's all that show was nothing but drama.
Yeah, I don't do drama. So, but this guy looked like a smaller version of him. Yeah,
And Steve Irwin.
But dressed like Steve Irwin.
Jesus. Good Lord.
Handlebars, that's it. Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
See, like right now, it's supposed to get down to 28 tonight. If it does get that low, I can run that truck. However, I'm saying out a quarter tank, and I still got to drive another 30 miles back the other way.
Yeah, I was going to look up where it's at. 20 miles the other way.
30 miles. Or, no. If we're at 32, that's at 49.
What's the name of that town that you have to pick up in?
Heaters.
That's right. The hell kind of... Who makes up the names of these damn cities? I see a lot of weird city names all over. Okay, US 19. US 19 east of I-79. Okay, so Charleston down there to the southwest of it. You take 79 straight down into Charleston, it looks like. That's Charleston, West Virginia, by the way. That's the capital of West Virginia. Then up toward Morgantown, which I don't know anything about, but it looks like it's a more... That's why you mentioned Morgantown, but like... Yeah, okay, that could be Timbuktu as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. And then, of course, I mean, it sucks, but I have to follow the fuel route.
The fuel route has you going which way?
Back on 70 over to 79.
Okay, looking at here, it might be the more practical route. You can also consider 43 down, but it might be lower speed. 43 on US 119, it looks like. Down to Morgantown, and then take 79 down from Morgantown. Personally, yeah, I can see a good argument for going over to Washington first and then down 79. Instead of going down to Uniontown and then down from there. Because it's not that much more miles to go that way, and then you're on a higher speed route the whole time that you're doing it too.
Yeah. This damn thing didn't give me a route solution. That's interesting.
All right, so for those of you guys who aren't really, if you're as geographically challenged with West Virginia as I am, more random facts from Scott. All right, so here's where we are right there by California. There's a California here?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No. All right, and where he's going is down there where that red marker is.
And then my receiver's 84 lumber in Danville, Kentucky.
So you're picking up lumber then?
Yep.
That's what I
That's what it
figured.
looks like.
It makes sense. It's a Weyerhaeuser load. Okay, so coming down here, either way, it looks like the two options both go through Morgantown. So what I like to do is compare these two routes. If we see yellow roads, you'd want to definitely take one of the yellow roads, one of the yellow brick roads. No, come on, anybody?
Huh?
All right, so a couple options to get down to Morgantown. One was to take I-70 westbound over here to Washington, and then down 79 to Morgantown, and then 79 down through, of course, continue down to that U.S. highway over there, 19. The other way would be to come 70 down this way, or not 70, but Highway 43, State Route 43 down here to Uniontown, and then take US 119 down to Morgantown, and then 79 down. So those are the two options that would be worth considering doing if it was me doing the route myself. And between the two, I probably would take the one that Western Express wants him to take. It looks like it'd be probably a little bit quicker. Where's the rest of our chat? All I see is one from Mother F.
I think you accidentally deleted some of it. What the fuck did I just do? Okay, your phone's set up weird. Oh, here it is.
Oh, that's why I turned off the chat somehow.
Yeah, there you go.
Weird. Okay, so there's a Streamlabs chat, and then there's a YouTube chat behind it.
Yeah.
The only thing I was seeing was the most recent message that Linda just said about take 79. And then the rest of the chat was all gone. Like, where the hell, where'd it go? But I didn't realize I was looking at the YouTube chat, not the Streamlabs chat. Alright, more random facts from Scott, capital of West Virginia. Well, I only know that because of going through there and actually seeing the capital. And because, actually, it was on my, I think it's still my wallpaper right now. Unless it randomly changed already.
What's that?
Yeah, this one.
What in the hell?
That incident right there, it's on YouTube. What the hell? Get out of there. I did a video that kind of covered that. I got a couple thumbs down because they were expecting to watch the video footage and all that. And like, well, it's not my intellectual property. I just wanted to talk about how the guy got in that position and how to not get in that position because, like I said, most of my subscribers or viewers, a lot of them are people who don't have CDLs and want to get CDLs or who are less experienced drivers. And trying to help set people up so they don't make the same kind of stupid mistakes.
Which still happens to this day.
Yes. And not to mention, I'm not here for entertainment purposes. Well, okay, maybe I am. But no, when it's someone else's intellectual property like that, I'm not going to go post on their stuff without their permission. Or not giving them credit, or not at least directing people to their website or to their YouTube channel or the original video or something along that line. So I don't think it's right. So anyway, I think I might have pointed on my video of that incident. I think I had pointed people to the actual video if they want to watch the actual video from the person who it belongs to, or the website, whatever it was. Anyway. Yeah, that was in Charleston, West Virginia. So that's another one where you might want to check out sometime if you like to hear my long-winded educational kind of stuff.
Is that video still on there?
Yep, still on there.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look for it.
I think it has the most dislikes too.
Because they were someone to fuck up?
More like because it was not just some quick little thing like what's that one guy's name? I can't remember. I can't remember the guy's name. I used to see his videos a lot, and then I guess just got kind of tired of watching them. I guess. He would play a lot of news stuff and like report stuff on his channel. And
Are you talking about Junior?
no, it was I didn't know it was that black guy. I can't remember his name though.
Oh.
And, he had some kind of intro screen that he always played on the videos. What's his name? Maybe you guys remember.
Speaking of YouTuber Junior, I actually saw him the other day.
Junior Honduras or what?
Yep.
His name? Yeah, from Pine.
I saw his truck.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, of course, he was in the fuel island, but I didn't go talk to him.
Yeah, I doubt he's my biggest fan. I don't have a problem with that. I think he's doing a good thing. I just don't like the way he does his banking instructions, and I kind of present alternate ideas or whatever, and of course I don't get a response back because I mean, he has some pretty interesting ways of doing it. Some ways I do like, and some ways I don't, and it's just, I got OCD. I get frustrated by the way he does some of the things he does with his trainees. So I'm not sitting there gonna talk trash about him because he's sitting there doing a good thing. He does a really good job of training his people, and he puts a lot of effort into them. So I give him that. It's just our methodologies are different. So I have a hard time liking the way he does certain things with that. So that's all I mean by that. He's a good guy, though, I'm sure. All right. Linda's family is mostly out of Uniontown. And she might not make it to her next pickup because of this joint. You're still in the dock door, aren't you? So what are you, coming up on 7 hours there now, Linda?
Hey, detention pay. The link I just sent you is something I found about a while back.
Right.
It's worth taking a look at.
All right, we'll check it out. Andy, I did see you were like in Ohio or something like that when I was looking at nearby friends earlier. Are you coming this way or are you going the other way? So I remember you were saying you were going to try to stay in the Midwest, so that way if the freight rates go down too low, you can just shut down at home or something.
Well, I mean, of course he lives in Michigan.
Yeah. Some training for... I see a YouTube message about something only 16 minutes, but the Streamlabs messages are in the way. So when it pops up on the Streamlabs site, I'll see it. Oh, it actually already... No, it wasn't down at the bottom already. Yeah, Linda's saying take 79 also. Look, Ma, clowns. Yeah, how'd you guess? Watching from Australia, we run 3 trailers here. Hey, how's it going? A bunch of numbers. I thought you guys run 4 trailers over there. Yeah, those road trains or whatever the hell you call those things.
Yeah.
Australia road trains.
It says here he's in Medway, Ohio.
Where?
Medway, wherever the hell that is.
Medway. How far is that?
About 210 miles from us.
He's going the other way then. He was closer than that when I looked earlier. Yeah, I think he was like not even 100 miles away when I looked earlier.
Who is he? Farber's over in Springfield.
Yeah, and I know Matt Mosley, he was on here. I don't know if he's still watching. I think the last I knew he was going toward Cali or something. He have a hard time keeping up sometimes.
Well, I mean, this thing is never up to date anyway.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hell, it'll say you're like... It'll say that you're sitting in Kellyville and Sapulpa, and 20 minutes later it'll say you're in fucking Arizona or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it varies. Actually, before they quit being teammates I don't want to get into their personal situation, but a couple of my friends who were team drivers with us, Andy, you know them, and you know who I'm talking about. they had their locations also shared where, and then their locations would always both show different from each other, even though they're on the same truck together. And like, so the husband's truck would be his phone would be the more accurate one. And like, whenever it says that he's in a certain location, it really was that's where he was at. And then hers would be, like something from an hour ago or something sometimes. That's kind of funny business with Facebook nearby friends thing. But now the nearby friends thing, that's actually a nice little feature. If you're not too paranoid about your location being known to your friends, which I'm not. You might, for us truckers who actually like to hook up with each other, meet up and stuff. Like you say, we don't get to have face-to-face conversations with a lot of people out here who we actually know. Usually just strangers. But with Eric, we can tell that we're a certain distance from each other by using the nearby friends feature on Facebook. Same with Sylvia. She knew that I was nearby on nearby friends, and then also for much of my stream yesterday, she knew I was in the area. Alright. Linda, perpendicular to the lane of travel, not good way to be.
Huh?
Must have missed what that was about.
Yeah.
Road trains are cool. I'm here for entertainment purposes. Yeah, we know that, Andy. And we love to entertain whenever we can, to whatever extent we can.
Yeah.
The entertainment.
Yeah, and for some reason, I don't know if it's just because of your face, but I couldn't believe you went from 992 to 1,000 within 2 days.
Yeah, I was surprised too, because they usually only grow by about 1 or 2 subscribers per day.
Yeah.
And I was at 995 when I started the stream, and then all of a sudden later on that day, James Ewing said, "Hey, you're at 1,000 already."
Damn.
It hasn't even been a day yet, and I already got 1,000.
Yeah.
And now I'm up at I think at 1012 or so. Like I think when I last looked earlier.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it smelled over there. Midway. So funny they don't update. The jacked up truck you showed was blocking road. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, JCT Party Trucker, yeah! Those are the 10 fake accounts that James has. It's getting kind of warm in here now.
Well, I mean, sun is out finally for once.
Or I'll do this.
It looks better with a button-down shirt.
Flash them moves. Flash them manly nipples.
Jesus.
Yeah. You don't want to see the rest.
Yeah, let's not.
Oh, man. Logix and Dart, and then Dart has his tandems way back also. He's probably at least 44, 45 feet, so he's over length.
Yeah, but the way the trailer's built, it looks empty.
Yeah. I agree, and that's why I've sometimes run like that from a. Yeah, if I know I'm going from a place where I picked up an empty, it's where the tandems are already all the way back, and then I'm going to another shipper that wants them all the way back as well.
Might as well just leave them.
Yeah, I'll leave them back, but only if I'm in a state that allows them to be like that, and if I know the route is one that won't be excessively difficult for me to maneuver with them like that. Alright, paper's taking longer than unload. Oh my, that sucks. That sounds like Walmart, Linda.
Sounds like WCC to me.
Right? So we can go over to WCC, Walmart. What's up? You're on the air.
No, I'm not.
Oh, maybe I'm lying.
No, I don't hear myself.
You will in a few minutes, not 10 seconds.
I can't hear it.
Well, turn your mute off.
there all day, or are you going to start actually work?
I'm on a 34-hour reset. I ran 4,000 miles in the last week. I got no hours to work with. I don't know about him.
I quit working 2 hours ago.
Miles? I try not to run miles.
Of course, yeah. Now you don't want to because they don't pay shit anyway.
Well, yeah, I'm actually, I'm heading home on Friday night from London, Kentucky.
London, Kentucky.
At Walmart, north of Lexington on 75.
Never been to it.
Well, it's actually not a bad. It's not a bad Walmart. There's usually there's a good truck stop right there, right down the street, right off of 75. But with everything being shut down, it's probably shut down.
Maybe we'll get a chance to go there someday. We kind of have our stock places we go to. I haven't been to like Gas City, Auburn, and a whole bunch of other places in a long time. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing though. Where'd he go?
I think we lost him.
Yeah, we must have lost him. He went in. He either hung up or lost his connection. Linda's Walmarts are always dropping hook. That's always good. Yeah, we do dropping hooks in Moberly, but now they have it set up where, because we used to do solo speed routes to Moberly, but then they changed it where now they run teams like Jesse and Diane.
You hung up on me.
You hung up on us.
No, Rizzo must have done it.
Yeah, it's all this. See what I mean? He's so poorly trained. I'm glad he doesn't do any training.
Well, he's a backseat driver.
Yeah, like I said, all he does there is bark at the damn cows and freight trains and stuff.
Well, right now he's laying upside with his hand. I can't go there. That's disgusting, dog.
They were all adults.
Well, he's got a picture of a small female French poodle up on the top bunk.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my.
So you're doing a 34-hour... Where did you deliver if you're sitting at there?
What's that?
Where did you deliver if you're sitting right there at that pilot?
I did not deliver. I'm still loaded and on my way to my receiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I deliver tomorrow morning, and then I have a Hilti pickup going from Dayton to Atlanta.
All right.
Yeah, I get my reset done at 8:30 or so tonight, and then I only have I'm at -6 on my 70, and then I got an hour and 25 coming back. So, in other words, I'll have a reset done about 4 hours before I can actually roll into my recaps.
Yeah, I haven't even touched my 70-hour clock in weeks. It seems like I'm always taking a reset. I'm at home. I'm taking the weekends. There's no point for me driving when the rates are this bad.
That's what I hear. I was talking to Sean yesterday, and he was saying that he was in Florida, and they tried to give him a load. I think it was $450 load or something like that from there up. I can't even remember. Like and he kind of laughed at the guy and said, "Yeah, I'll never do business with you again." I was like, "You're a freaking joke."
Well, it's not. What's he doing? Working off the load board?
I'm not sure how he got down there. I don't know if he did something for Clark or for himself, but.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know how. I don't know what he's doing, but hell, I can get down there and pull a load out for $3,200 down in Miami right now. flowers are running.
Yeah, well, then when we were out here, even here on the stream earlier, when we were outside on the at the back of Eric's truck, there was a flatbedder who was parked right next to him. The guy came out and started talking to us, and he was saying that they tried to get him I guess a load going to New Jersey for only like $400 or some odd dollars. So it's like he's been sitting for 2 days because there's just nothing paying for shit.
Yeah, so the reason I'm deadheaded, well, London, Kentucky's down on 75 on the Tennessee-Kentucky border, kind of.
Yeah, I've been through that every year.
Yeah, it's a good 500-mile deadhead for me, or 400-mile deadhead home.
It's like Jamie Goods area, if I'm not mistaken. And then, well, not quite to.
Yeah, there's just no loads. I mean, I looked at it. I went on the radius of 300 miles, and there's absolutely no loads on the board for Saturday.
That's terrible.
Because I'm not delivering until late. Or I'm delivering late afternoon on Friday, so I'm just gonna bobtail home. Plus, I got to get I have a hub seal leak on one of my drive tires. There's a JCT truck right there.
And you're in Ohio?
Yeah.
That's something you don't see very often. You know, I'm wondering if it's Travis. What's the truck number?
I don't know. It's long gone. I can't see that well.
Okay, well, the reason I asked because one of my friends just picked up a load in Gloucester yesterday or something. And was he going westbound or eastbound?
Eastbound.
Okay, not him then. All right. Yeah, I don't know where he's going with the load. I know he picked up in Gloucester, though.
Eric, I didn't even know you left JCT.
Well, there's a story behind that one.
I'm sure there is.
They fired me.
For what?
Not reporting an accident.
Oh, shit.
And it was a chicken shit accident.
You know what you should have said? My name is Scott Zane.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't think that would have worked since Brian Gracie was the one that told me that I was fired.
Oh, well.
And also,
That sucks.
And also because what was the Prime driver or whatever, the guy in the other truck?
It wasn't Prime, it was Ready Pack.
Ready Pack, okay.
Over there where I picked up in Livingston. That was that load going to Ochalata.
Yeah, because I thought it was.
Oh, well, it happens.
Down in Southern Cal, like Duarte or what's that?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Urbandale.
Irwindale, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I thought that was when you were picking that load up is when that happened.
That's when it happened.
Yeah, so how did JCT find out about it?
Apparently, somebody took pictures and sent it over to the company. I don't know how the hell they found out. But I got a call from Siobhan, and she said she got pictures of me hitting another truck. And of course, they pulled it from the damn camera that was in that fucking truck. So, all I gotta say is, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
God damn, dog.
Well, quit feeding bean burritos.
No.
I have an air freshener on quick draw.
Now, see, I don't have that dash cam system on my truck. I have my own personally owned dash cams that I run. So, those of you guys who haven't already seen it before, got one that faces me right there that I mainly use for backings. I got the main one here, and then that's got an external camera right here on my mirror that goes to it. I do those mainly for backing videos, but of course you guys or some other stuff that's not live video related. So, but yeah, Eric, he had a different. He had like the company mounted system in there, and they have like a couple like some panic button thing or whatever.
Yeah, it was the smart drive system that they were trying with the new KWs they brought in.
Do they still have the smart drive system?
Yeah, they're in every 2020 T680 that JST ordered.
Yeah.
That's not a bad system.
Yeah, there's been a couple of cases of drivers I know who have that system, and they had close calls with other people. And,
Yeah.
And they actually got attaboys from John Mowry or other people there for being able to avoid something that a not so alert driver would have had a problem.
Now I know Knight uses it. There's a point system that they have for following too close or for hard brakes or stuff like that. And it's all based off the smart or that camera system.
Hell yeah. Speaking of Prime, I put an application in with Prime and they say it didn't meet their qualifications. Fuckers.
The CR England also has kind of a point system, but they don't give you points for following too closely for too long, but they do give I think it's 1.5 points for every time you have a hard braking event, and a hard braking event is defined as a 9 mile an hour drop in speed within 1 second, and also a roll stability safety event. This is good information for you guys also who don't have CDLs and are newer or whatever and aren't aware of all this kind of stuff.
I had that roll stability alert with Swift because they haul a lot of those paper rolls and those damn things are top heavy as hell.
And then there was, what's the other one? Excessive speed.
Oh god.
So any of those violations, you get 1.5 points on your safety score, and then if you get so many safety points on your record, I think it's like once you get above 8, they start intervening.
Now here I've got a question.
Yes.
Excessive speed in CR England, does that really exist?
Yes.
Yeah, so how this works, obviously, you can't. How do you go excessive speed in a governed truck like that? And the answer to that,
Going down a hill.
yeah, going down the hill and let your load pushing you down the hill above certain speed thresholds. The first one would be, I think it would went out. Well, that was when they were governed at 62. I think the first one would trigger at 67.
Yeah. It would hit it right at 67.
Yeah, you had to be 67 for at least 30 seconds before it would trigger, and then there was another one at 71 that would trigger.
Yep. And it would go off and it'd tell you, you are exceeding the posted speed limit. Please slow down.
No, that's something different.
Was it?
That's totally different. That has nothing to do.
You know what? Mine goes off. It goes woof woof woof
Yeah.
woof.
Now, with the critical events up here in the top right corner of mine, I have that little red triangle of death. That'll light up, and then the little events message thing, whatever, where my ELD malfunction thing I was showing it yesterday, it'll show a critical event in there, and it'll show what kind of critical event it was. And then you'll also get a message on your Qualcomm saying that you did it.
Okay. I think I remember. Did it say you are overspeeding or some shit like that?
Excessive speed. Yeah, the one you're talking about is just the navigation thing on there, thinking that you're going over the posted speed limit. Like sometimes it's like I could be in Oregon on I-84, where it's a 65 mile an hour zone, and like, how am I going over the speed limit in a 62 mile an hour truck in a 65 mile an hour zone?
Because the damn thing hasn't been updated, and so God knows how long.
They have it configured, the navigation system figured or the update on it, where it thinks the entire state of Oregon has a 55 mile an hour truck speed limit, when it was only I-5 that ever was like that. You can go on U.S. highways, and you know that too, Randy.
Yeah, because the 84 outside the Dells isn't, or outside when you get outside the river, it's not It's back up to 70 or something like that.
Yeah, 70 for cars and 65 for trucks. And then when I did solo stuff,
I just go 70.
yeah, even when I did solo stuff for England, I'd pick up in either Washington or Idaho or somewhere and take it down to California. I'd spend a lot of times down on US 97 or US 95 or even 93, or on the Oregon side, 97. And I think, and then 95, the part of it where it kind of goes in and out between Idaho and Oregon.
Yeah.
Spent time in there, and those are all 65-mile-an-hour speed limits for everybody. So, why am I getting a speeding thing here? This is bullshit. That's why.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the problem with software.
I get it.
Linda hit a dock door hard enough where it set off that thing. Okay.
You just got to get a good safety director to turn all that stuff off.
Yeah. All of Tennessee, my GPS thinks is 55.
It's gonna, okay, with the GPS, it's gonna say that it's all 55, but there is a section, they just updated it, or I want to say late last year, earlier this year. There is a section where they have changed it from 55 to 65 for everyone, because everybody was complaining about the 55 speed limit for trucks.
This is a certain company or a certain GPS?
No, this is a certain area of Tennessee.
But what system are you talking about?
Any GPS system, it's going to say it's 55.
Well, they need to fix that for the Dallas area, because I could be going down I-45, where it's a 70-mile-an-hour zone, and I'm doing 70. Why do I get these Qualcomm messages saying I'm speeding?
Yeah, there's some areas that have been updated that the Qualcomm system has not been updated.
Yeah, so that's the problem there. A lot of times the software is not up to date with law changes, and so you gotta watch that kind of stuff. All right, so where are you heading anyway, Andy?
I just crossed into Indiana.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun with that rough ride.
What?
Have fun with that rough ride.
It's yeah. I have to pee too.
Oh shit.
Oh, that makes it even funner.
Yeah, I know. It makes it like hell. No, I have to go all the way to Conway. I got a 2-stop load going. One stops at Conway, Missouri, which is right off of 44. Between Lebanon and Springfield.
Okay.
And then Fort Smith, Arkansas. It's both for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Load of Amish furniture.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's not
Yep.
something you hear every day.
Oh, it was a little interesting. It was definitely a different. I sat there for 10 hours.
Okay, so you better pee before you go into Indianapolis, because Linda is saying that Indy rattled the bladder.
Yep.
And you might have some unintended leaks come out if.
I got a milk jug.
You better make
I
sure
got
the damn thing is.
I got a hole. I cut a hole in my floor, and then I just run a hose.
Okay.
So I don't stop. And then I built a pooper for my seat with what is it, a duvet or whatever the heck it is.
A bidet?
Yeah. And so I can go for a while. I only have to stop for a freaking dumbass back there.
Damn dog.
I know, right?
Only Andy would do that.
Yeah. Good lord.
Anthony, I'm not sure if I'll be able to meet because I'm gonna run straight from here to make my delivery first thing when they open tomorrow morning, and then I have to go up to Dayton, New Jersey to pick up my reload and take it down to Atlanta. So I'll be passing back through his area after I've reloaded it as well. I just don't know how that timeline's going to play out. I'm not going to have time at the at my receiver. I'm going to have to just hurry up after I'm done there, go get washed out up in Bordenton, and then go up to Dayton to pick my load up. I'm kind of iffy on that.
Yeah, because with Dayton, you have a certain time that you have to be there.
Yeah. It's about 11 to 12 o'clock there.
Yeah.
Alright. Mine is Linda's is an iced tea jug. I have to stop. No wonder the screen is in the way. I mean, the Andy's thing is in the way. I think that's a stop sign. No water lines.
No.
He's in New Jersey.
Here's my question: do I get a red light or a green light in Indiana?
As far as the way stations, they're all closed.
Are they?
Yeah.
In Indiana, fantastic, because I'm way overweight.
Oops.
Oh well.
I heard they eased the restrictions in a lot of states because of the COVID-19 response thing too. But I don't think Amish furniture is considered essential.
Well,
It is.
I mean, it's furniture.
I mean,
It is. I don't know how I'm going to make it 720 miles and be there tonight.
I mean, unless it's COVID-19 resistant furniture, okay. I just don't think so.
I'm providing my customer service.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
I mean, this is essential. I mean, someone needs to sit down. Plus, I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to Fort Smith, Arkansas. So I'm sure Jesse White's fat ass needs to sit down because he keeps on breaking his chairs.
Speaking of Jesse, he says he can only go every 4 miles, and he has to stop. He has the wee.
Sounds like he has a bladder problem.
Yeah.
Linda's still waiting after 7 hours, and says if golf carts are essential, then Amish is too. Well, hey, somebody has to be able to feed themselves and their family or whatever.
Yeah.
That's essential. You can't feed yourself and your family, and how are you not essential? I don't get it. Open this damn economy back up. And get this stupid sign off the door here saying I can't walk inside there without a mask on that I don't even have.
Here's my question for you, Scott. Do lease purchase a guy that's in a lease purchase qualify for the PP or the payroll protection plan?
Is that a statement or a question?
That's a question.
I'm still making money. I don't see why it doesn't bother me. I could care less if it does or not. Personally, I'm not really sure the answer to it. To be totally honest, Dora and I are both still making our money, so I'm not even remotely concerned about any kind of stimulus or whatever else.
Oh, my wage went in half.
Damn.
And so I'm a small business owner, and I'm essential. Why don't I qualify? Why wouldn't you qualify for it? Why not take free money if you're qualified for it?
Yeah, if you like to use the system.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like for drivers that are with Prime who run percentage. All right, all those rates have dropped. God damn it! I got a red light. Oh, thank God, it's closed. And there's stop traffic, slow or stop traffic ahead. What the hell? It's perfectly sunny outside.
Okay, yeah, speaking of that, though, with the... Because you were talking about how people running off percentage of the load. That was something I had brought up earlier, too, where, people like to complain about, at our site, about, the FSC dropping, now it's down to like 14 cents. And they don't understand how much it would have been if they had still done the computation at 6 miles per gallon versus 7. And it still would have been lower than 32 cents like it used to be. But and I also talked about the freight market is so beat up now. The people who run off percentage of the freight or percentage of the load, they were probably enjoying their time getting the higher paying loads when that was available. But now they're all paying crap, and people in my situation here don't necessarily understand that. Even when the rates were high, there were certain loads that we were only getting like $1.10 or something, or when the driver was getting $1.30 plus.
So when I ran percentage for JCT, I ran at 65%. There were loads like the WCC loads were paying $1 at 65%. They were paying $1.48 a mile.
That was to JCT or total, or
that was to the truck.
Okay.
All right. So they get those loads for probably about $2.10, $2.05 a mile.
Okay.
And so right now, because there's no produce and everything coming across the board, freight's it's dead across the board, and so your capacity has gone up to your loads, and so there's more trucks than there's loads, and so that's what drops the rates. Now, a month ago, when this all happened, and everybody went and started hoarding everything, the capacity, the trucks there was like 15 loads per truck. And so it played in your favor on the loads.
Exactly.
And so on contract freight, most of these companies have contracts that are written in that they're going to go with whatever the market is. And I'm pretty sure JCT is taking a little bath on the WCC loads, and they're taking a bath rate. That's why they probably had to lay off 25 people in the office.
I agree. They have to decrease their cost overhead. And then the JCT drivers need to understand too, though, that
freight's slow.
Yeah, if we were on percentage of the load, they'd even be complaining even more than they already are.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, this is the benefit of running a per mile flat rate per mile. It could be better, of course. Yeah, we want more, but could be hurting even more than if you're in another person's shoes.
Now, I found the lanes that paid well with JCT was up to the Northwest, because no one at JCT likes going to the Northwest.
Or especially in the wintertime.
Yeah. And so I would always run up to the Northwest. I run in the Northwest, and I would go down to take a apple load down to Louisiana, and then grab the Mississippi. There was a chicken feed out of Mississippi, or I don't know what the hell, chicken guts or something, to Bar S over by over on 40.
You're talking about the Hazelhurst to Altus loads.
Yeah. Or a Hazelhurst to Canton or something like that. Load that puts you right there by. There was 2 plants that we delivered to.
Okay, I was showing
that. But that load paid $1,400 to the truck for 500 miles or 600 miles.
Yeah, that's good route. A good load. Good pay there.
And so, what I try to do right now, I'm trying to get freaking at least $1.65. Like this load's paying me $1.72 to a mile. and that's low on this standard because I'm paying for everything. But it's also a dry load.
Okay.
And so I don't have to pay for the reefer fuel.
I just showed a shot of a TMC truck backing up. I forgot there was somebody. Who was it? The guy from getting it mixed up. The guy from Texarkana. Who do I have watching from Texarkana? I'm trying to remember. It's not Marlon or Marvin or wasn't it him? I would say TMC, and it was another flatbed company. I think he was interested in flatbed. That's why I was kind of sidebarring that real quick.
Their pay system is messed up.
TMC?
Yep. Do you ever look into them and see how they pay their drivers?
Not a clue. I have no interest in flatbed.
Yeah, I know it's too much work, right?
Hey, I like manual labor. I don't know.
I'm in manual labor right now. Freaking, I got a slave driver as a boss.
My manual labor is trying to get my damn doors open and climb into the trailer and stuff.
I hate climbing into the trailer. I wanted like an escalator or something to take me up there. That's not working.
Well, you can always steal the steps from any Blue Beacon and use theirs. Oh Lord!
Right? I was actually thinking about getting a step ladder.
That works too.
Yeah.
Because I'm just getting too old to jump down. I don't like jumping down anymore. Plus, I don't have you know how JCT on their trailers has a little handlebar that helps you on the one side?
Yeah.
My trailer does not have that.
There are a lot that don't. What I usually do is just get down to where I'm squatting. Shit. If I had an empty trailer, I'd be able to show right now for those of you guys who were watching who.
Actually, where you're parked right now, that's a perfect way to get in and out of the trailer.
Yeah, that's true because it's up on the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had an empty trailer, I'd be able to demonstrate for you guys. It'd be great because then I could have Eric hold the camera too. But we'll maybe do that some other time. Show how.
You guys can do a lot more with that camera.
Yeah. But you won't.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, Andy.
See how many dislikes you can get?
Jesus.
I don't know, man.
Some cases you might get likes.
Yeah. I know there's at least one like I'd probably get.
Well, Dora doesn't count.
Okay, make it two. That's not. I'm not gonna name names.
Honestly, I don't know if Dora would like that.
No, I think she would probably throw up.
Oh, you're killing me. But hey, I'm gonna have people, LBGT kind of people watching, and I think we're making fun of them or something. I'm not making fun of you guys, all right? If you guys are watching, I don't care. We like to have fun with each other, though, and it's entertainment, right?
Yeah, I just went in the left lane to block. Because all these guys are fucking crashing in the left lane and and now this guy that I went to do this, he's not gonna let me in. Motherfucker. Oh, I just swore on live TV.
Hey, you wouldn't be the first on this this stream here.
Yeah, how is that guy doing, by the way?
Which guy?
The one that, not Eric, but the guy that you had in a couple weeks ago that his dad bought him all these his Walmart stocks. He came out of retirement.
everyone else watching, this is the guy when I was picking up in Dallas the other day. It's the Temple to Dallas stream that I did. Picked up a load in U.S. Cold Storage in Dallas. The guy in the truck next door to me was making all these claims that he had enough money to buy JCT from stock holdings. I'm like, yeah, sure. That's why you're leasing to own a truck instead of have a truck that you bought in cash, right?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, if you really had that money, you would have bought a truck and trailer and all that with cash or something, and just went out driving it, just because you could and because you want to.
And every word was the F-bomb.
Yes. Oh man, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Jesse White says you need to speak up.
Yeah, I heard.
You heard.
Yeah, I saw.
All right.
I hear with my eyes. Didn't you know that?
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right.
Now you know.
There's a bunch of construction on east or westbound at 70. That's what I'm stuck in right now.
Oh. You know what else was funny about that guy? Because he was following me, or actually we were both driving together up to the Big D's truck stop to scale our loads after that. And after he got through with that, his temp got up to like 210, and then his fan didn't turn on yet, so he pulled off the road because the fan wasn't coming on. It's like 210. What's it? My fan doesn't kick on until it hits 220. Like, what's okay? So it's 210. Let it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fan.
Well,
and he's got a Packer engine too, so his probably was going to kick on at 220.
it didn't matter what was going to be. That guy wasn't going to be happy no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And I don't do bullshitters anyway. It's one thing if you want it to be humorous, like you messing with me or something, but I know you're messing around. But it's another.
That's why I don't talk to Jesse White anymore, because he's a bullshitter.
Andy's taking over the stream. He's a loudmouth. Anthony, you were offline, I think, when I answered Lisa's question about you, for you. I have a delivery time of 7 a.m. to 1300 anytime tomorrow morning, but I do have a pickup I need to make in Dayton at 11 o'clock, between 11 and noon. So I'm going to have to get going as soon as I'm empty up to Bordenton to wash out my trailer, and then head up to Dayton to pick up my reload, but then I'll be heading back down 95 or 295, whatever, from there. So I will be passing back through. I'm loaded again, but just don't know where I'll shut down from there.
Oh man, that hurt.
I told you that road's rough there.
Yeah. Well, it's bumpy-anda.
Yeah. Well, of course you know that you're there more often than I am.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, when I worked for Knight, I was out of their Indy terminal. And so, oh well. Life goes on.
It does.
Life could be worse. We could be sitting at a pilot in Pennsylvania with Eric in my truck.
Yeah.
No comment out of that, huh? Is he not in your truck anymore?
No. He walked out, went over to his truck. I'm not sure what's going on. He was playing on his
we started talking about you guys hooking up, and he got excited and had to go take care of himself.
Yeah.
I get it. Did he shut the curtains?
Oh, he's climbing out of his truck right now.
Uh-oh. That was quick. That might be a waste of time for you, Scott.
He must have had a phone call because he's got his headset on.
Okay.
He's coming back. He's getting in the truck now. Oh.
talking about them.
You suddenly ran out, and we kind of started to speculate that maybe you wouldn't run back in your sleeper berth and close the curtains to do something.
No, there was the planners had pulled that West Virginia to Kentucky load off of me.
What?
Yeah. So apparently there was a load that's supposed to pick up in PA here somewhere. I don't know where. But they wanted me to go grab it for a team that got stuck at another receiver, but they're just going to load them out tomorrow. And my DM's putting the West Virginia to Kentucky load back on me. It makes no sense.
Wow. Sounds like people can't make up their mind what they want to do.
No, and that one that was supposed to pick up here going to Dallas, that was supposed to have been picked up between 6 and 12 o'clock today. And it's already almost 4.
It is almost 4. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some rest before long, too. Because I got to drive from 1. I'll probably leave here about 1 in the morning and go straight over there to make my delivery.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, what are they doing about their offices?
From what I've been told, that is, they're gonna just rebuild everything.
Okay.
Right now they've got everybody. Some of them are working from home. They've got others at a different location. But yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it just happened that happened, and then this happened.
Yeah.
And so it puts everybody under stress. Yeah, because I have a friend of mine that works at a small company called Pro Fleet.
Yeah.
Out of Elkhart, Indiana, and she's telling me all their local contracts are on hold right now, and they're keeping steady, but it's tough.
Yeah.
They're not spending any money.
I mean, they're from what I saw last, when I left the yard, they were just now getting to where everybody parks and getting the fence cleared out. But they're just going to end up having to demolish that whole building or rebuild it. Along with their orientation building they put up sometime last year. And of course the shop was just demolished.
Yeah, that sucks.
That does.
Do you remember when that tornado hit? It damaged the wash bay at JCT last year.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about it earlier. And I don't think the tornado itself hit, but it was nearby, and then there was the winds that I think were associated with it. I think might have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wash bay, the roll-up door, I remember got damaged. There was some other damage to the side of the building.
I remember seeing a post about it from Brian.
Yeah, and then there was like wasn't that a dumpster or something like that? Or
Yeah, one of the dumpsters had gotten moved because of the wind or flipped over or something like that.
Yeah, it got moved a good distance too. And then some of the personal vehicles parked in the driver lot were damaged.
Yeah.
The driver motorcycles that were parked over there in front of the terminal building were all knocked over. What else? I heard one of the drop trailers got knocked over too.
There was actually quite a few that I heard got blown over by the wind.
Yeah, it was quite a mess there.
That is quite a mess. Not as bad as Western Express, though.
No,
Yours was bad.
it was horrible.
I heard like the whole roof of your building was missing and kind of stuff.
If I can still pull it up.
Anthony, yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow, but yeah, because I will be stopping in Bordentown to get my trailer washed out, and then I'll go up to Dayton, and then I might stop in Bordentown again after I'm done loading up to scale my load, depending on how heavy it is. It's Guilty Tools load, though. I don't think it's going to be that heavy.
No, it shouldn't be.
Do you remember how heavy the Hilti loads tended to be, Andy? It's been a while since I've done one.
They're usually like.
I always did the Dallas to Seattle load, and then they had to be maybe 33,000 pounds.
If that.
Yeah, that's not enough to make me want to scale it unless it feels like it's really heavier than it's billed as.
I did a my last 2 loads have been dry loads. Yesterday I did a hardware load from South Bend, Indiana to Columbus.
Okay.
And then I picked up this one. I was gonna deadhead home from there. And then this one came up and I took it.
Good thing you didn't move then.
Well, I got it before I got down there. I was constantly looking at the load board.
That's good.
Because it constantly changes.
Yeah. Well, I know, like I was saying earlier, this flatbedder who was right next to Eric's truck earlier said he'd been sitting there for 2 days before he finally got something to work with.
Well, yeah, a lot of guys will sit like that because they won't take. Right now, freight's not paying that well. Period. Like those guys that protested down there the other day or yesterday in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I just shake my head on that stuff.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, seriously. I mean, it's not like they laid off 22 million people in the last month.
Yeah, some of them are just people who want their cake and eat it too, and they act like little babies about things when they don't get their way.
Well, the other thing, another, I saw another post. I'm in a group called Produce Haulers or whatever the hell it is. I'm not active on it because half these people are just. I just shake my head. Another guy posted yesterday, we're better go home. Crude oil's dropping like flies. It's not. The only reason it's dropping like flies is because everybody's staying at home and not buying gas.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason it's dropping is the supply. There's too much supply for the demand.
Yep.
Exactly. And then once the
And so-
economy opens back up, and the demand will go back up, and it'll even back out.
Yeah, exactly, and that's that would be the same with rates. I mean, right now it just sucks.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it's a matter of how you plan for it. You're running a business, not driving a truck for fun.
Exactly. Speaking of this fuel island, they shut down the 2 outermost lanes for cleaning.
Which they should wait until they're not as busy.
Exactly. Now I got a bunch of trucks trying to get fuel, and they're limited on how many lanes they can use. And on this lane, the one that's closest to us, there's like trucks coming from both sides trying to get to the fuel, to the same lane, I think. All right. Jesse Wyatt wants to know what load boards you use.
I use truckstop.com and I use DAT. I'm on DAT, but I don't got the most expensive one on DAT. Mainly truckstop.com.
Hey, Cody's calling. I gotta see what he's got going on there. I know he's on his way out to Olathe with a load. So, we'll talk later. Hello?
Hello?
Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to let you know, Cody is trying to call me. He's probably got a question.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right, see ya. All right, let's see what Cody's up
See,
to.
now that's a different thing too. Some of the flatbeds out here, they'll have the split tandem, but that rear axle actually will be on a sliding rail.
Yeah.
I've only seen very few. It's the first time I've seen it on a reefer.
heard of truck number 4970?
4970?
Yeah.
No, there's no such truck number.
3970. Duh.
I was saying maybe 3970. I know damn well there's no 4970.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how to read. Who's laughing in the background?
That is Eric Wildman.
Oh,
That was
sounded
a
like him.
rollover.
I pulled over in fucking something New Mexico, like right after out of the border.
You pulled yourself over or got pulled over?
No, I was parked at a truck stop. What are you up to?
We're in Pennsylvania. I'm doing my 34-hour reset, and then Eric just happens to be here on his way to another load.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been busting my ass. I did 346 miles today.
346?
That's nothing.
No, 326. It's for till my 30.
You said 3970?
What?
Truck 3970.
3970. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I know it's a white one. And
I've seen that
Yeah.
truck.
How you know it's a white one?
Because I know everything. Didn't you know that?
What color is the driver then?
Shit.
Well, I've not seen that truck since February, so I don't know.
He's black.
I was like, of course he's black. Why would you be asking what color he is?
Because you said you knew everything.
What's the driver look like? It could be white, it could be black, it could be blonde, it could be a white person with brown hair, it could be.
No, this guy's definitely burnt.
Burnt?
Are we talking charcoal burn or dark chocolate burn?
Like you stuck a hot pocket in the microwave for too long,
Yeah,
burn.
how about? I want to warn you right now. We're live and on the air, so might.
Oh! What the fuck? Why didn't you warn me in the first place? You dick fuck? God! Jesus fuck!
On the phone with you.
God, they're all fucking. I didn't know you were on the air.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got a live stream going on. Meeting up with Eric.
Jesus Christ! So I got 922 miles to go, and Shay says that she want to switch my load out because she don't think I'm making it on time.
What?
Yeah. So you call her.
You deliver the 23rd, don't you?
Yeah.
What time on the 23rd?
Anytime.
We talked yesterday. You can get there in 2 shifts easily.
I'm just kidding, Scott.
Then you'll have
Scott.
extra time to work with before you can even deliver it.
I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just fucking with you. That's what you get for fucking not telling me I was on the air.
Yeah, like that really worked when I already knew better where exactly you were at, how many miles out you were, and when we talked about that same subject yesterday.
I know. I was just trying to screw with you because you screwed with me. I'm not being racist on the freaking air. I'm sorry, guys. Who's ever black? I'm not really racist. I promise. I have a color screen TV. All right. Well.
So you're not racist because you have a color TV?
Oh,
yeah. You guys piss me off. Dude, quit smoking, Eric. Damn.
Oh shit.
I mean, I've heard of a lot of I'm not racist because this or that.
Damn. That was a good one.
Why would you just park here for 10 minutes and then
Maybe he needed to rub one out. Dude, so the JCT truck pulled up, right? The 3970 truck, and he takes his time backing in, right, like we all do. And he just sat here for 10 minutes, and then he's taking off.
Okay.
There could be many reasons.
Yeah.
He didn't even need to go. He didn't even get out of his truck.
Well, maybe he's still in his truck.
Oh,
I've seen drivers
maybe.
do that before.
No, he's actually finding a different parking spot now. I see it.
Okay, so you've driven how many miles again?
Oh, only today? 326.
So you're in Gallup.
Yeah, Gallup. That's where I'm at. Gallup.
Gallup.
Yeah, I could have gone farther. I still had 2 hours and 30 minutes on my clock, but I decided to just pull over and relax for a minute.
Yeah, see, so you did 320, and then you can probably end your shift in Tucumcari and then be set up to make it from Tucumcari all the way up to Olathe on the next shift.
Fucking shithole.
Yep. How did you know I was going to do that? God, you're a smart fucker.
I don't know about that. I just have experience with that area.
You know what I love about New Mexico?
It's scenic.
You could pull over anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a truck stop or a rest area. You just pull over on the side of the road and go over the hills, and you can park there. There's not really many trees. It's just desert.
A lot of parts of California are the same way.
Yeah.
Fuck California.
Oh, come on. You know it.
How can you live in California? If I lived in California, I would be on medication.
Honestly, if the prices in California weren't so goddamn high, I would go out there and live myself.
Well, your brain cells are not all the way there, Eric.
California is a beautiful place, no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's gorgeous. It's just the people that's living there is making it a shithole, right?
Yeah, like me.
They've cleaned it up quite a bit.
Well, the Congress or the state representatives and shit there is making it a shithole. It's not just the people.
It's politics. When is it?
Did you know that California got offered billions of dollars to change the truck speed limit, but California said no because they make too much money giving out tickets to truckers?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Yeah,
That pissed me off when I heard that.
Is that true, or is that just something you heard that is probably someone's bullshit?
Probably bullshit, but that's what I heard from another JCT truck driver. Oh, I met another one yesterday too.
Yeah, so you probably heard it from the guy I met in Dallas but a couple weeks ago, the one that Andy was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah.
the guy who told me that he was, or the guy who told me that he was also in the Air Force like I was, and that he said he flew Tomcats and Blackhawks or Cobras or some shit. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Please don't come over here,
Don't
old guy.
try to bullshit with me, dude. I spent 20 years working on Air Force aircraft. I know damn well how things work.
Was this guy? Did this guy have bald head? Well, kind of short hair.
Say it again real quick.
Sorry.
Did this guy have short hair?
No, I don't think he was overweight though.
No. This guy I met has short hair with glasses,
Okay.
and he had a blue Kentworth like me.
And then to answer Eric's question, a Tomcat is an F-14, which only the U.S. Navy used.
Okay.
We never used them in the Air Force.
That's right, because the F-18s were the Hornets.
And then
No, I have no money, man. Yeah, no problem.
Then I think he said he flew Cobras or something, like what, H-1 or whatever it is. That's a freaking Marine Corps helicopter.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's an attack
And
helicopter that the Marine Corps uses.
And this guy tried bullshitting you? Oh my god. What an idiot.
Blackhawks are what the Army uses.
We use them all.
Hey, just so you know, I used to be in the military too. The gay pride military.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gay Pride Military.
Yeah, so in Utah there's this thing called Gay Pride. It's for like gay guys and lesbians.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one
and
of them groups.
They have a parade, and they call themselves an army in Utah.
Okay, so they're
Like-
doing it in a more, they're using it in a different context than like a literal fight against other countries kind of military.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to be funny. Man, you're really making me feel like an asshole all day today, haven't you?
And homophobic, even though I might
God.
have homosexual viewers watching it.
Making me feel like I'm an asshole because I'm making all these jokes and you're not even laughing.
You might not hear me, but I'm still...
Hey, do you have a reload yet, Scott?
Yeah.
Where is it going to?
From Dayton, New Jersey to Atlanta.
Georgia? I hope I get a Georgia load so I could meet up with you and give you a big kiss. Why is it quiet?
Let's not put that on the air, okay?
Yeah.
Aw. All right, well, I'm glad I get to talk to you today. You just completed my life.
All right. Well, Jesse says sounds like your long lost lover is Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck that. I'd rather put a gun to my head than freaking... I hate Nancy to death. Like, every time I hear her talk on the freaking radio, I just wanted to, like, punch her in the face for talking. Like, she's the dumbest lady I've ever met in my life. And I met some dumb people.
Tell us how you really feel.
So I'm talking to this guy that he works for Fox News. You know who Jimmy Fallon is?
Yeah.
Okay, so me and Jimmy Fallon known each other for a couple of years, and I've been talking to him lately, and he's like, Cody, I bet you love Nancy, huh? I'm like, no, because he hates Nancy Pelosi. Wait, am I supposed to go west? Oh no, east, okay. Oh my God, people are idiots. So what are you doing, Eric? Why aren't you on a load?
I have my load, but it don't pick up till tomorrow morning.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it an oversize?
Nope.
Oh. Do you like working for Western Express?
Ask me that in the next 6 months.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking of another company you could work for if that doesn't work out. Have you ever heard of...
Is at the very top.
What? You don't mind if I talk to you, right?
What?
Scott? You don't mind if I talk with you guys, right? Because I'm bored. I need something to talk to.
Why would I care? We got 17 people watching and getting their entertainment out of this too.
Oh. Hi, guys. My name is Cody, and I'm a truck driver.
He was your student.
Oh, shit. Why can't... Jesus Christ, I almost got hit and sideswiped by a freaking semi that don't know how to switch lanes. Idiot. God.
Oh, that's
There's
cool.
been a lot of... There's been so much idiots here today.
I went to the pet crafter. I picked up that load and scaled out. Just about got T-bone coming across the damn fucking lot. Because dumbass wasn't paying attention.
Oh, gotta love that.
Well, don't do what I used to do. When I was driving for Swift and I had a refrigerator, I would stand up just to grab a string cheese because I got hungry.
Okay, so on another note, Lisa says, hi, dickhead.
Hi, Lisa. Hi.
Okay, she didn't really call you dickhead, but I did for you.
No, that's fine. I could be called a dickhead. I've been called dickhead my whole life.
something funny with that. I don't want to piss people off. So
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
that.
So I made a group,
Yeah,
and I invited you guys. Eric added or came on my group, but Scott didn't.
I don't think I got an invitation to that group from you. What group are you talking about?
It's called Truckers Across the Nation. I made it so everybody could add it, so that if they need help or anything, like across the nation, if they need help, they got you or me or Eric to explain to them on what they should do to be successful. Well, not Eric. Eric likes to wreck anything, but me, you. Just kidding, Eric. Just kidding. So, Eric, I heard, my girlfriend, if you need a girlfriend, wink, wink, that she has someone for you.
I'm just gonna leave that subject alone.
Well, if you want a girlfriend, I got someone for you.
You just have to get to Utah for it, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
What? Say what? She has no kids, so she can ride with you, so you're not bored.
How can he be bored
Yeah.
when he's constantly entertained by people like us?
We're listening to Nightwish.
Yeah.
Right? I know people just watch you like you're so entertaining. I only watch you to fall asleep because you're so boring.
That was a knee slapper.
You're so mean today. Don't be mean. So how's life, Eric? How's everything treating you?
Honestly, it sucks.
Why?
Let's see. This weekend I did a 34 that I didn't even really need, and not getting a paycheck this week because I wasn't able to turn any loads in.
Yeah, I didn't get a paycheck this week either.
What the fuck is FedEx doing?
I was wondering the same thing. Is he like doing donuts here or something?
I don't fucking know.
I guess he's just doing a U-turn only. I thought he was doing donuts though. That's why I turned the camera around, because I thought he was getting ready to do donuts back and forth just for fun.
Hey, that'll be a sight to see.
Yeah. That'd be entertainment. It's like a dog chasing its tail. No matter how many times you watch it, it just never gets old.
Come on! Let's go! Sorry. Dumbass. I let in the car go over, and she didn't do anything, so I had to honk my air horn.
Jackass.
Right? Me?
Yeah.
I got a pre-plan. Yay! That's how you know you're a truck, or you're a good driver when you get a pre-plan 2 days early.
It's always helpful.
Kansas, why am I going back to Layton? Why? I don't want to go back to Layton. No, I'm denying this. I told her I'm not coming home for 2 months, and she sends me to Layton. What in the hell? So that means I gotta take I-80 back to Utah. What's in Layton?
Miles are miles. It's a dropping hook.
Hey, I would fucking take it.
No,
Actually,
it's
no,
from.
that one in Layton isn't a drop and hook. It's a live unload. I know exactly where she's going to send him to.
Nope.
Where?
Dropping hook. One of my friends, Daniel Finney, just literally went there the same day he picked up from there, and his was a dropping hook. And last time I've done loads over there, they were all dropping hooks.
Unless we're talking about the same place.
Let's see the miles on this.
Pickups are alive. The deliveries are dropping hook.
Well, it's the South.
What?
What?
It's 1,074 miles.
Hey, miles are miles.
Hey, I'd fucking take that shit.
That's a dropping hook delivery, and you're gonna get a dropping hook pickup probably in Hiram again. don't complain about that. That's good. That's good. And you can keep moving at whatever pace you can handle.
I just don't want to go back home. It picks up, so I have a time limit now. It picks up at 9 o'clock.
We were just talking yesterday about how you can always get loads going through either the Northern Cal or to the Pacific Northwest or back. That,
Yeah.
So where you can make quick stops at home and do 10-hour breaks and just because you happen to be going through the area.
Well, my girlfriend's a retard right now, and I don't want to see her. Why would I want to go home?
I don't know. That's your business.
Yeah.
She's being mean. All right, well, let me call you guys back. I'm going to call Shay and, no, I don't know if I should accept it.
I would take it, dude.
I would take it and then just, hey, if you don't have time to stop, you don't have time to stop.
Yeah.
Just don't tell her you're in the area.
Don't tell who? My girlfriend? So I'm picking up at the same place in Kansas to go to Layton.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can drop your load and pick up your reload at the same time, and then you get a drop and hook delivery in Layton, and then, Layton or Clearfield?
It's Layton.
Where the hell we deliver to in Layton?
I have no idea. It doesn't even. I
That's
can't.
what I'm saying. I've been to Layton. There's one place that I've been to, and it was one load that I swapped with a team over there in Tool because.
To where? What did you just say? Hold on. Before you say anything else, repeat what you just said about that city. What is it called?
I'm guessing it's called Tool or something.
It's okay. So it's called Twila.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Trust me. Ask what I called Kate or Cajon yesterday.
Cajun?
Okay.
I started laughing when he did.
Well,
I'm like, I'm in Cajun. He's like, what? I'm in Cajun. He starts laughing. He's like, it's called Cajon. Oh, okay. Well, it says Cajun.
But with an O instead of a U.
So hold on, let's see where I'm going. Would it tell me before I even approve it?
No.
Are you looking through your phone or the Qualcomm?
I'm driving to be on my phone, but don't tell anybody.
It might tell you on your Qualcomm, but not on your phone.
Okay. All right. Well, let me call you back in like 30 minutes.
All right.
Okay. Love you guys. Have a good day. See you in 30 minutes. Bye.
Later. Anyway, that load I swapped with, that team that I had to take the trailer to Salt Lake with, that load that I went back to Salt Lake with was because the reefer was having issues. Apparently the water pump was going out and nobody knew about it. Yeah. And that load was going to Florida too, because I had picked that one up over in Wenatchee at like 3 o'clock in the damn morning. So once they got the trailer fixed, I called up the guy who was doing the swap with me, told him where I would be, which was that TA and whatever the name of that town is in Utah, and they gave me a load going to Layton. Well, I was only 45 minutes from that, 45 miles from that drop, and that was a live unload.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't remember the name of the customer, though? Yeah, I was, for some dumb reason, I was thinking Americal, but because I didn't know we even had anything in Layton. Since since Clearfield and Layton are right there next to each other, and he lives right there too.
Yeah.
Kind of threw me off. Like, what the hell?
Let's see.
While he's looking that up, I was able to get my backing footage from when I parked in this spot, because I did get a request to do more backing compilation videos, and I do still have some old backing videos that I put on my tablet and just never posted yet, and I do have enough to where I can compile them into another compilation for you guys. For those of you guys who like to watch those. So those will be coming. I don't know if it'll be today, because I got to compile them, but I got to get sleep too and all that. So we'll see.
I think this is it right here. The Smith's Distribution Center.
Oh, Smith's DC. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Smith's is a grocery distributor.
Yeah, it's kind of like Myers and BJ's for Utah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like it's a pharmacy / grocery kind of store.
It's one of them.
Yeah. All right. So now we know.
Yeah, I could be wrong. However, could be other places.
I don't know why you turned that down though.
If it were me, I would call Shay up and tell her, look, go ahead and put me on the swap board. Cover your ass. Because he may not be able to make it if he's in Gallup right now.
Well, if he turns that low down, he might get something that he's gonna have more reason to not like.
Yeah.
Like something that's too slow or something.
Yeah.
So I'd be careful about that.
I mean, that's what I would do. If I didn't think I could make it, I'd call my DM up and tell him, hey, put me on the swap board.
Yeah. And especially with what's going on right now, it's really in your best interest. Take whatever load they give you, because you're not going to get a better load. At least if you're a JCT driver, they're going to give you the best load they can give you, or that they can trust you with at least. And even if they do have a better load available for you, they might not be willing to give it to you if you're the kind of driver who they can't trust to deliver on time. So it's just the way it works. They have important customers, and there's a whole bunch of other people involved, other drivers, people working at the terminal, other people whose jobs are involved with that. So they can't mess around with that kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
They have to make it a business decision. But anyway, what else? It is after 4, and I'm gonna have to get me some more sleep before I go drive. I guess you're going to Smith's DC.
Nope, not DC. I'm going to the store.
Right.
Yeah, not the DC though. It's just the actual store on Gentile, right by my old apartment.
Okay.
But I asked her, should I clean out my truck when I get home? She's like, why would you want to do that? I'm like, because next load you said to me to go home and fire me, right? And she's like, no. No one's taking me. Why is everybody taking me serious right now?
Because you're trying so hard that we know everything coming out of your mouth is bullshit.
Sometimes. Most of the time. Most of the time.
And plus, you're still new to the company, so.
But she knows my sarcastic. Maybe she's not. I don't know. Yeah, she knows me being sarcastic. I'm always sarcastic with her. What?
That's like an Uber driver, is he?
No, that's a damn Honda Civic.
Yeah, I think it's too small to be an Uber anyway. I don't think they allow truck cars like that to be used.
Nope.
Didn't they have to be 4-door? Because our roommate had a car, and it was actually too small to be a Lyft driver, even though it was a 4-door. They said it was a subcompact and she couldn't use it, but Uber allowed her to. James went to gas station, extra large ice water. It's free. I'd hope so. We'll probably need to end this stream soon because I'm gonna need to get some rest here. Not to mention I need to plan in shower time before I go get my truck moving. So.
Want to take pictures of you showering?
Help, boy. For my trucker child to see, no.
Aw. I'm just kidding. All right, well, you have a great rest of your night. And then call me when you wake up or something after you're done.
All right, I'll be getting moving here about 1 a.m. Eastern time, so about 10 your time.
Yeah, I'll probably sleeping. All right, well, I gotta let you go. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was
Interesting.
quite entertaining.
Hey, you're the one that got him over here, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm a comic relief, right?
True.
All right. Well, anyway, this is Eric Wildman. I'm turning down the
I hate it when that
ringtone.
happens.
He likes to lean so far over that he can't be in the screen. So
I'm not camera type person.
I never would have guessed. You agreed to do this. Made a pretty good video out of it.
I mean, true, it did.
I mean, this is what over. I can't read that red on that gray background there. 353.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Almost 4 hours.
your forehead makes a lot better background than that thing. Thank you.
Well then.
Yeah, almost a 4-hour long video of us just sitting here bullshitting. That's actually not too bad. So.
And honestly, this is probably like the third time we've been in the same place. Second time I've been in your truck.
Huh? Just not for the reason. We'll just put it out there, not for that reason.
No, this was because me and Scott were doing a, I don't know if you want to call it a convoy, more of a tandem load that was going down to Plainview, Texas.
Yeah, he and I both picked up in Miraloma, California, and we're going to Plainview together.
Which you picked up a day before I did.
Yeah, but I stopped at my house along the way.
True.
Yeah.
Plus your ass was sitting over at Del Taco.
Yeah. One of my favorite places in Barstow.
And still somehow ended up in front of you.
Your truck's faster than mine by about half a mile an hour.
I was doing 69. I don't see how.
That's all right. I don't complain about the miles I get. You guys see what kind of miles I regularly get?
Oh, yeah, well, for me it's been a little short lately.
Yeah, we ended up... So, yeah, I ended up meeting up with him at Navajo Travel Plaza, or Center, whatever you want to call it, in Arizona. The 325 mile marker in Arizona.
No, that's where we both shut down at.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said I met up with you there.
But we also stopped over at the Flying J in Kingman. Because I had to do my 30, you needed fuel.
Was that the day we met up with Chris Colvin over there?
Yep, that was the day we met with Chris.
Yeah. So a mutual friend of ours was there doing his break, and he has a girlfriend who lives there and works there at that Flying J, or did. I don't know if he's still with her or whatever, but yeah, he was there and we met up with him along the way. Yeah, you caught up to me, I think partially because I drive slower in California.
Yeah, and I don't give a shit about that 55 limit.
See, California, I tend to be like Scotty. I'll do like 57, 58. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. You know, I like to be in my own little world. Get the hell away from me. And if there's a heavier traffic flow, then I'll go ahead and speed up to be more at the flow of traffic. But otherwise, that doesn't hurt me to go the speed limit. I don't care what other people do. If you want to go faster, that's on you. But yeah, he caught up to me pretty fast because I'm a 57er and he's a 65er and or a 70er. And
I think I was actually doing 65 that day.
I've been known to do that myself, but not very often. It's not in California. So anyway, that's what it was. Let's see. What was it the other time? I don't remember.
Let's see. The first time I met you was over at that Petro when you were. I think you were putting the truck in the shop over there in. Oh fuck! What's the name of that town? Ontario.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were parked over by the fuel island.
Yeah, that was the first time I actually met you.
Yeah, I think I was just there to get reefer fuel or something like that, and then I had that bitch of a time getting out of there.
No, you because I remember me and you were talking, and another driver was in the mix too, and you were actually waiting on Dora to come pick you up or something like that, because you had to put the truck in the shop or something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't think it was that. I've never used the Petro shop.
I don't know.
I always go to the TA when I want to go to the shop there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I do remember you were parked over there, and I was pretty sure I only stopped there for reefer fuel, and then I went back around and parked not too far away from you.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, you were facing away from the fuel line. So I remember we were checking out your APU and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, Cody probably gave her $100 toward her GoFundMe.
Oh shit.
Anyway, like I said, it's a pretty good long stream here. Already coming up on 4 hours, and like I said, I'm gonna need to get me some sleep and all that, and still be able to have time to shower and all that kind of stuff before I leave here. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I thank Eric for coming out this way and hanging out and all that, and had some entertainment here. So, all right. So yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow. We're actually late tonight, okay? 1 a.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Pacific. About that is when I'm going to go on duty and get going toward the customer, okay? So if you guys are up by then, I'll be streaming that. All right, guys. All right, we'll see you later.